Kindness starts here. This your girl Quill, the one that keeps it real with that trill to give you a thrill. That is beautiful, the looks that can kill. Hey, welcome back to God's Kingdom of Tarot Show. Tarot Show. You better act like you know. I was getting Mario Just a Friend or what's his name? Damn. Marky? Benzo Marky? No. Ben's Marky? I don't know. It's Marky something. He could be one of your angels. But I was getting that song Just a Friend, okay? I wanna know your name, man. I wanna know if you got a man. I wanna know. I wanna know everything. I wanna know your mama and if I can go over it. I wanna know what you like. I wanna know what you all about. I wanna know, but you're telling me I'm just friend. You're telling me I'm just friend. Oh baby, you got what I need. You say I'm just a friend, but I can be your fantasies. But you say I'm just a friend, yeah. I wanna know you in and out. I wanna know what you're all about. I wanna know what makes you laugh. I wanna know about your past. I wanna know how you move. I wanna know so I can move too. I wanna know, but you're telling me I'm just a friend. Telling me I'm just a friend. Oh baby, you got what I need. Got what I need. You say I'm just a friend, but I can be your fantasies. But you say I'm just a friend, yeah. You can call me anytime you like, and nothing, what you do is up to you. Don't fight the pain, don't fight the pain. And I can tell that it's me. And but you say I'm just a friend. Ben's Marquis, is it? What is it? I can't remember. Is it with a B? But yeah, he's in that video. Someone's name could be Lanisha, Wanisha, or something like that. Something with Nisha ending it as well. I was just singing Mario, Just a Friend. So someone has that energy. But yeah, natural born saviors. We save people without even knowing it, without them even knowing it, them knowing it. But and there was a time God gave you a choice between two people for whatever reason, for them to leave, for them to, remain alive. I saw 17 people up in here. Shout out to y'all, however long y'all choose to stay. I got to say that because they say I be speaking to myself and talking to myself, okay? And it went from 17 to 9, okay? But anyway, and they mess with my stuff. My stuff has been under spiritual warfare since it's been created, okay? Since 2021, okay? Interesting enough, all right? Why would I start a podcast or a video channel in 2021 and I'm homeless, okay? In every video I did in 2021, it wasn't that many. I was in a house. So either way it go, something like that could be significant for somebody where someone's gonna have to prove, or the proof is in a pudding, and that therefore that gives you the choice, or God is just gonna give you the choice off front for something, choice for a job, or a choice to pick somebody for a job. It's like the picking energy, pick me energy is in the air for good reasons, of course. Thank you for writing down on me, rain down on me, but they will always be an alternatives, okay? Even in the future. So you may have saved them now, okay? But they will always be the alternative, okay? Because essentially in this choice, rain down on me with 100, rain down on me, rain down on this choice, they were the alternative. They were they were the other choice, right? If you look at it in that way. So don't get too comfortable. Okay? So don't get comfortable. Because there will probably be a time and where it'll be a much easier choice because they let you slide in the first choice, in the first selection. And in the name of every slide, since you have not redeemed yourself, proven yourself by now, you're going to always be the alternative. You were the lesser of two evils at the time. Some of them were the choice that was influenced by the other choice. So in order to make the problem go away completely, the source had to be eliminated, which made them the easier choice because it stops everything. Because motherfuckers, I did a reading not too long ago about in the name of every slide. And also, motherfuckers God is getting tired of motherfuckers being on our team. And then realizing they can't be, they're manipulated. They're being manipulated. So a lot of these people, even though you chose them this time, because they were probably influenced by the other choice. And it was better to get rid of the other choice. This is also giving me drug ring deals. Shout out to the 18 people up in here. Can somebody give me a like? Okay, can somebody give me a like? I'm just kidding, but please and thank you. If you do, bonus blessings go to the first like over here anyway. Okay, you'll get bonus blessings. Okay, this only at last for the next minute or so. Okay, this offer. Okay, this choice. All right. I'm just kidding, but well, I'm not really kidding. If you want to do it, you can, but you don't have to. But I won't hold it against you, okay? It won't impact the hiring process, the selection process, okay? Like they say on job applications, when you gotta fill out this voluntary thing, okay? Motherfuckers volunteering for the team that's running against them ultimately. Touch not my anointed. Do my prophets no harm. And they don't realize they're enabling people to harm the prophets. You could be seeing lemurs. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it. Dun, 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 dun. Hippie-aya. Oh, y'all got a mashup? Okay. That's from the movie Madagascar. Okay. Africa could be significant. Okay. Or going back to your African roots, which could mean get the hell on. Because motherfuckers was using motherfuckers to get visas and shit. Nah, go your ass home. Always talking about in my village. Okay. We wouldn't tolerate that. Okay, well, tolerate it. Go over there and tolerate it again. Okay. You couldn't obviously tolerate it at first too. See, they end up being another alternative. They're going to eventually get chosen to be done wrong, okay? Because this choice God is giving you guys is both of them have done you dirty, okay? Both of them, okay? But like I said, sometimes the person that you're ultimately going to save has been influenced in some type of way by the other person that you actually chose to receive the punishment, for God to render that punishment to them. But there may be a time. There are going to be times they find it hard to sleep at night, and they'll be living through such troubled times. And when that time comes and they reach out for someone to hold, in that moment they become I would defile that song, okay? I'm just kidding. That is Stand Up for Love by Destiny's Child, okay? You belong to Destiny, okay? Someone's mother could be named Destiny as well, or just their name is Destiny, okay? Start with a D, okay? But I was trying to remix it, okay? Because there will be times you're going to find it hard to sleep at night. And not because that person who was taken out, who got punished, who got thrown in the fire for harming others. They were the one influencing that. But not this time. I think I started off a different way. But either way, okay? Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Okay? Because I've been saying it. All right? I said what I said. They said what they said. Natural born saviors. Okay? Prophets. New age prophets. Since they tried to neglect magic all throughout history because magic scared the fuck out of their ass. It made it hard for them to sleep at night. Joan d'Arc could be one of your angels as well. She was she was showing her power. And they could not stop it. Medusa. She wasn't all that bad. They turned her into a villain by locking her up. By restricting her freedom. They chose society over her. Athena, she came to Athena. Athena chose society over her. But there was a time Athena had to face her fucking music. Someone could be a musician. Someone could really like music. They don't do nothing with music, but they really like listening to it. They appreciate the art of music. God is sending people into their lives to be helped. And most of the time when they help us, they hurt us. I did a reading like over 6 months ago that said, anyone who has helped you, they have threatened or hurt. Another influence by these people who should go. Because they're the source. You sitting over here being held by this person. They don't like so much of what your situation is presenting, illustrating at that point. And they go over there and do something to y'all connection. If y'all new here, they took my son. CPS took my son. A lot of people were behind it, because they knew I cherished my son. It's more than that, but the essence of it is they knew I would always choose my son. So they pay me out as someone who wouldn't choose their son. But we ain't gonna waste time proving nothing. Okay? We don't have to prove anything. I did a reading not too long ago that said they ain't gonna even be able to crucify Jesus. God ain't wasting time proving that no more, because that's what the crucifixion was. Not this glorified thing that people have turned it into. Even when they celebrate Resurrection Day, they still don't know the meaning. I don't care if they even got close to that meaning. They still don't know the meaning. The shit that they done behind closed doors. The things they've been the source to. The leader of. Kingpin of. So, this time, that's not going to happen. You don't got to prove nothing. You don't got to prove nothing. I'm having that even settle into my soul. Absorb into my soul. I ain't got to prove nothing. The product of my son proves everything. If you had anything to prove, trust me, you wouldn't have been able to find my son. Know that. And not anything of my own volition, you wouldn't have been able to find us. The fact that you could find us anywhere says a lot if you take it. Like I was talking about Resurrection Day. But I look at my son, I believe I'm not just raising my son, or I don't have a child to just say I have a child, or it's, a thing people do at my age. Nah, I am building a child, and my son loves Legos, loves to build shit, because he understands. But I am building a man. I'm not just raising one. I'm not just taking care of one. I am building one. Instilling them with the values that make this world a better place. Bring out what he needs to bring out to help make this world a better place. Because a lot of people have been gifted spawns of the enemy. Whoever you think that enemy is, they've done a lot to get these children. But they don't want to bear the responsibility. And they see someone bearing the responsibility. I am ripping the responsibility. I am holding on tight to this responsibility. And they're doing everything to hurt me. You think God is going to let that last for a long time? Whoever you think God is. Children are a gift from God, especially boys. And I tell you guys all the time, it's always some bitch. So it explains why some of these bitches have made other bitches of us look bad. I don't like to call myself a bitch, but, I can empower myself with the word bitch, though. And I ain't calling y'all no bitch, the good ones. I'm not really calling y'all no bitch. It's a form of camaraderie and it's relativity, okay? But a lot of people do things that make it hard for other people. You've seen it a lot growing up. Like right before my son was taken, we used to go to the McDonald's play place. And then someone ended up busting out the windows. And after he was taken, those windows were fixed. Things are more connected than people know. People are being used and don't even know. They better be grateful motherfuckers even approaching their ass at this point. I did a reading about that in the past 6 months, probably 8 months. Not only were you protecting them, see more protection energy, natural born savior energy, protecting them from attack. You're protecting them from recruitment. Because once they approach you, they were able to approach you because they are dangling a carrot in your face of something they already know you want or love or cherish. So in order to save that cherished thing, you got to fuck over somebody else. That's what sacrifices are. But again, they ain't going to be able to crucify Jesus. They ain't going to be able to crucify those filled with Jesus. Or Yeshua, as he likes to be called. But he said he likes to hear me say Jesus. You like to hear me say Jesus. You like to hear me say Jesus. As it is the sweetest name we know. Oh, how you love how I say Jesus. Oh, how you love how I say Jesus. Well, it is the sweetest name I know. Some people say I'm in enough. I can't explain. And the power I feel when I call your name, And it feels like a lower. Then shut up in my bones. Oh. The Holy Ghost keep moving, y'all. And it just can't leave me alone. Oh. Something about the name Jesus. Something about the name Jesus. Hey, it is the sweetest name. I know, I know, I know, I know. Yeah. That is Ty Tibbet or Tribbett. I think of his name as like a trumpet or a tribute or something like that. That could be significant for someone as well, or those instruments you gotta blow into. Blow, blow, blow. Beyonce, okay, blow, okay. I'm not going, not this morning. Okay, somebody feeling like that. Moaning, moaning. It's your birthday, so I know you want to ride up. Jeremiah, okay? Like God says in a book of Jeremiah, I know the plans that I have for you. Plans to prosper, not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. 29:11, if I'm not mistaken, okay? Yeah, no, I know that one, okay? When the Spirit of the Lord comes upon my heart, I will dance like David danced. And the Spirit of the Lord comes upon my heart, I will dance like David danced. I will dance, dance, dance like David dance. I will dance, oh dance, dance like David dance. I will dance, I will dance, I will dance like David dance. I will sing, I will sing, I will sing like David sang. Oh, I will sing, I will sing, I will sing like David sang. I will pray, I will pray, I will pray like David prayed. Oh, I will pray, I will pray, I will pray like David danced. Okay, I love it. Okay, that it's called When the Spirit of the Lord, normally sung by Fred Hammond, but I feel like somebody else sang that too. But it's in the Bible where even David is talking about this, or they're talking about how David danced and people were looking at him crazy and stuff like that. And it got the enemy to flee or something like that. So those are weapons we can use as natural born saviors. Okay, David could be one of your angels. King David, okay? King David. You remember I was saying D earlier? Okay. Someone's name could end and start with the D as well. And then King Solomon was actually David's son, and that he had with Bathsheba. And she was known to be the mistress, but she was the main bitch. Okay. But yeah, so I was saying all that to say, as I started the story about my son and me, I'm building the son, not just raising the son. Okay. I am harnessing my responsibility. I am taking that very serious, okay? It is very important to me, all right? Nothing even matters at all, okay? The sky can fall, and even if my boss should call, the world, it seems so very small, but nothing even matters at all. Say nothing even matters. Nothing even matters at all. Nothing even matters. And nothing even matters at all. Nothing. It could be a natural catastrophe. There's no place I'd rather be. But nothing even matters at all. Say nothing even matters. Say nothing even matters at all. Nothing even matters. I said nothing even matters to me, 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 to me. Lauryn Hill and D'Angelo, okay? I couldn't remember his part. Angie Stone could be one of your angels, okay? He also had a child with Angie Stone. See, I was just talking about David. See, the holy family type of energy. Touch not my anointed. Okay, touch not my holy. Okay. Holy Spirit, overflow. Holy Spirit, overflow. Move with power on this hour. We need you, Holy Spirit, overflow. Holy Spirit, overflow. Let your presence take control. Move with power on this hour. I need you, Holy Spirit, please overflow. Fill my cup, Lord. I lift it up, Lord. Help me cleanse the thirsting of my soul. Bread of heaven, feed until I want no more. We need you to flow. We need you to flow. We desire you to flow. Oh yeah, flow. I need you here, oh Lord. Flow. Breathe in my life. Flow. Take what's wrong and make it right. Flow. Prepare me so you can share me with the people so I could be whatever you want me to be. Jesus, flow. I tried it on my own. Flow. I can't make it by myself. I realize. Flow. 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 I'm forgetting it. I'm getting lost. Yeah, that's Marvin Sapp and the family. Sounds like. But Holy Spirit overflow, okay? Yeah, see? So, he even, giving Spirit permission, to come into my life, or begging God to choose him, take what's wrong and make it right. And I was saying we got to nip that source. Because sometimes people are being influenced wrongly and not even knowing. So that general prayer of fixing everything creates these type of plans from God. Last night I did a reading. I forget what it was. What? Oh, you don't owe anyone trust? Was that it? I did 2 readings yesterday, so maybe yesterday. But we were talking a lot about give me my thought back. Okay, sometimes God steals my thoughts, okay? But yeah, so I did a reading last night and a reading early that morning. I try to make an effort to come on here every day to give you messages, or anytime God wants me to speak a message as well. Dang. And I always have a hard time thinking about the video right before I'm talking about these things. So something like that could be important. Definitely check it out if you missed it. A lot of things came out, and you know, it's funny because I really don't remember what I was about to say, and I don't remember the title. It's like, like only necessary things. We don't want to crowd our brains up with unnecessary things, okay? But yeah, check it out, or they won't know, okay, until they see it, okay? They can't get no spoiler alerts, okay? They can't get no synopsis. They can't get no summary. They got to watch it for themselves. They got to experience it for themselves, okay? We can't save them from this experience. See, look at that. Oh, I love it, okay? But so I forgive you, God, okay? Sometimes I'll be mad. I'll be really mad at that, because I'll be like, man, like... It was important to me, at least. Okay, can I have it? Okay, give it to me. Yeah. So, I was talking about how, I'm not just building my son. I'm taking on the responsibility, and I always allow God to dictate how I raise my son, how I build my son. God always compliments me. God always thanks me. God always rewards me. And I'm thankful. I haven't been having to get a job since my son was born. Actually, before he was born, I lost my job, and God carried me all this time. So how could it even be possible that anything going forward will stop us? Anything going forward, like they caught us in a way where somebody was directing them towards us, pointing them towards us for whatever reason, whether it's a true reason or an untrue reason. And we were minding our business, building our team, and they split up our team. Like I was talking about. And they before all of that, like there was a point in time when I was doing readings, they were projecting to my son. They've been targeting my son this whole time. And it took them this long to get him. And God only turned around. Like, it's like we were walking away. God was leading us away, pulling us away, protecting us away in the opposite direction. And God said, okay, turn around. What you want? Asking the people who's chasing us. While we mind our own business, some of us, sometimes we didn't even know they were chasing us. And God's like, turn around, babies. What do you want now? What do you want? Oh, you want our son? He's awesome, isn't he? Because a lot of things that have happened and a lot of decisions that are being made, they could benefit us all. But it's showing us people's true motives. It's showing us people's true selves. And it's showing them that. And they're refusing to see it. And it results in them having to chase somebody else, have to worry about somebody else. How could you want to live life like that? Whoever you are. Why do you live life like that? Why do you waste your time? It's like when somebody's following you, or you think somebody's following you, And, you know, like they're trying to act like they're not following you. Somebody could be being stalked. And you finally turn around like, are you following me? Or what do you want? Do you need something? There was a time where, you know, a car pulled up next to me. And I think I was getting prepared to do a reading or something like that. Or I probably wasn't. Or I wanted to do a reading and they fucked up the energy. But minding my own business, pulled up next to me and said they locked their keys in the car. But they were in their car. How you lock your keys in the car? Your keys, your door shouldn't even be locked. But they getting that stupid. Sometimes we catch them. Did a reading not too long ago talking about different color cars. And this car was, I want to say, it was one of the colors too. I think it was black. It was a sedan. But this is what they do. And then they have these minions doing jobs or attempting to do jobs. And they don't have no plan Bs. They don't have no excuses. They're not equipped. They're not prepared. Or the original source or the boss who told them to do whatever they didn't give them all the answers for a reason, to throw them in a fire. So these choices that God are giving you are really expensive choices, important choices as well. But doesn't mean these people don't have to redeem themselves. Oh, that's what I was talking about in the other reading. You know, God giving them a choice. So there was this leader in that reading, whatever that reading was called. It's not coming to me. There was a reader in this reading. I mean, it could be a reader that went rogue. There was a group of people doing a lot of bad stuff to people. And then God rained wrath on this group of people. And the leader is going to get it the most. So this leader has come to the point in their life where they're careless. They have nothing to lose. They feel like they have nothing to lose and stuff like that. So they went rogue. And everybody else bowed out, you know, and, you know, looking to God for forgiveness and redemption and saving and stuff like that. And God is giving them a chance. God is only allowing them to bow out and separate from this motherfucker so they could get their shit on their own. So we would contain the hurt. I did a reading a few months ago that said we going crazy in containment. I get crazy. I get crazy. Yeah, we could conceal the containment. They are that choice that we're choosing to punish right now. But the people who did bow out and walk away, you guys did some shit too. Okay, you ain't scotch free, and that's why you're asking me for forgiveness. So I will give you that. But comes with an opportunity to play a part, to help us go against this boss person. And in that opportunity, it's a test. And some of them choose to still be feeding into the plans of the leader, even if they're not working with them. Because that's all they've been programmed to know, conditioned to know as well. They don't know. They're feeling like the person who went rogue. They might as well go back. But they don't know. They're aimless. So those general prayers are being answered because they're much needed. But it ties into what I'm saying here. They will always be the alternative. So God gave you a task with a test to start charging at these motherfuckers. You want to be a part of our army? Go over there. Do this. Here's your task. Because there's going to be another time where someone else is being chosen as well as you for punishment, judgment, However you want to look at it, karma. Do you want to be that person in the seat, or do you want to have this as proof that you've been better? Do you want to do well on this assignment? Do you want to pass this test? People take tests seriously, right? Unless they just don't give a fuck about shit. But when there's a test, most people do shit just for the test. They learn shit just for the test and they forget all that shit later. Brain dump. But because the test is important. Hi. So if you able to get up in here, you know the drill. Please like the video, acknowledge me. You see I acknowledge you right back. Energy is even, okay? You lucky I was taking a break and I was saying hi easily, all right? I've been on here 40 minutes and no likes. Look what they do. I'm over here minding my own business, tending to what God telling me to do. And I'm still being sabotaged. It's all right, though. I'm going to do what I got to do, despite of you. But my time is too precious to continue to be wasted. So I don't give a fuck about what you think I'm trying to prove. If I was relying on your shit to determine whether I'm worthy or not, I will never get there. My dream is to be whatever you want me to be. And I hope I see whatever you want me to see. 'Cause I know we will have victory. Do you want me to reveal your glory? Should I do that by telling my own story? And I bet I'm not there yet, 'cause I'm still taking the test, and I will still do my best and leave you with the rest. History is written in the text. Our soul will show us what's next. Reincarnation is real. In my heart we will deeply feel, yeah. So I'll do whatever you want me to do. 'Cause it's all up to you. Okay? That is my song. My dream is ... Okay? And I thought of singing that because of the test part. Being humble. God loves those type of songs when I'm being humble. But being humble, knowing you don't know the way, you don't know the best way, like this rogue motherfucker, these fat bitches, you gonna be running, all that shit gonna be fucking jiggling on you, and it's gonna stay there, and you gonna be running for your life. You're 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 running for your life. We won't ask you what's the matter with you, 'cause we're safe, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled, fire baptized. We got Jesus and Jesus running for our lives with them. Okay? But yeah, I was trying to remix it. But yeah, so see, we saved, sanctified, okay? You can't save others without being saved yourself. Some people are just starting, just taking this test, just being enrolled into this class, given the syllabus, or curriculum, or objectives for the year, however they identify that type of thing, to give you the overview of the class. They're doing this, handing out papers, okay? I'm ready to sign them papers. I can't take it. I can't take it, but you leave me no option, girl. I know how much I love you. Yeah, somebody could be getting a divorce, but then papers could be of anything. See, signing papers of agreeing to God's contract. Okay. I was like, you lucky I gave you another opportunity to even have another contract in your face, whether it was one to terminate. Sometimes I don't want to waste time, okay? Don't waste my time. A Libra man could be very significant. Usher. Both of those were Usher songs. And then with LMA, the second one, don't waste my time. That's all I know of that song. I don't know it. But I like it. It's not too bad. What you doing? Aww. What are you doing? I see you. Let me touch you and see if you are real. Even though I know my heart, your hands can't heal. But sometimes I get discouraged and I need your strength and shield. Jesus, let me touch you and see if you are real. Sometimes to me you seem so far away, and I wonder how to make it through the day. Oh, but if I can just touch the hem of your garment, your power I know I can feel. Jesus, let me touch you and see if you are real. When I'm down, let me touch you. When I'm lonely, oh, let me touch you. If I'm discouraged, let me touch you like I never had before. Lord, I need you more and more. Jesus, let me touch you and see if you are real. Oh, 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 oh. See if you are real. Oh, 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 oh. See if you are real. Jesus, let me touch you and see if you are real. Are real. Are real. Are real. Are real. Real. When I'm down, let me touch you. And when I'm lonely, oh, let me touch you. When I'm discouraged, oh, let me touch you like I never have before. Lord, I need you more and more. Jesus, let me touch you and see if you are real. Oh, 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 oh. See if you are real. Oh, 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 oh. See if you are real. Ooh. I'm just trying to do what's right. Please help me, Lord. Oh, real. Yeah, that is Kirk Franklin and the family. I was holding back so many tears. Sometimes when I sing certain songs and I'm holding back tears, it's, someone else coming through me, God, Jesus, an ancestor, an angel, especially on a certain part. And if you heard it, like, that's how they feel for you. When you lost and you're looking, you will find me time after time. When you fall, I will catch you and be waiting time after time. When you lost and not looking, you will find me time after time. When you fall, I will catch you and I'll be waiting time after time. Time after time. Time after time. Trying to remember it. I don't know the song, but that's Cyndi Lauper. Okay, time after time. One day a reader was, the song came out in a reading, and the reader just started. Well, she was trying to like read the lyrics. She wasn't singing it, but she was reading the lyrics, and they start crying. And immediately I knew someone was in her crying, because she was like, "Why am I crying?" She didn't even know why she was crying. It didn't resonate with her how important that was to something, someone, spirit, energy, whatever you want to look at it as. She didn't even know. But I immediately knew. It felt like it. It felt familiar. My baby, even though everybody talks about his speech, he's been speaking to me since he was a baby, like a grown-ass man. I felt like I was hearing a grown-ass man. You don't have to have the perfect speech to determine his intelligence or his understanding. We were living with someone, and every time this person came downstairs, because this person had been torturing me, basically abusing me every which way, abusing my son every which way. So we huddled up with God. But every time this person would come down the stairs, my son would look at me. Check my temperature. He was even looking at me to see how to feel, to see if it was safe. Or he was checking on me. But why does he know to do that if he's not intelligent? Because he can't say y'all words in this current vessel, but he knows all of our words plus more, plus even more languages. I believe that's why as well. That's what delays it. Because he started off like knowing another language to me. I feel like he knows another language before English. English may not be his first language. So they speak on my baby, all this type of stuff. And then they become part of taking from my baby. Taking me from him, or taking him from me. Because I am his source. I am his resource as well. And that's what they're suing me for, the lack of resources. But I'm like, I have way more resources than you would probably even consider to bring him to this point. For me to even understand that, for me to hone in on that, that says something. But I've dealt with these type of people all my life. And it's caused me to not give myself enough credit. It's caused me to give myself credit in private, but be scared to give myself open credit in public because I don't want to be too prideful, arrogant. Like, people really can't accept when you know more or do more than them. Why you don't look at that as a resource? Like, imagine if I was jealous of my baby who needs me. That's how people be with their kids, their own kids they carried and they raised. If they did that, they're jealous of them. It's like, how could anything continue to flow in that relationship and I progress even, how could you continue to move forward there? You're gonna stay there. You're never gonna reach anywhere else. You ain't gonna be able to go back when you're sitting in the realm of jealousy. When it comes to your child is looking at you for a need, whether that's all they look at you for a need. And then so they're requesting some of your energy. And you're basically packaging up jealousy, whether you get the child what they need or not. Jealousy and throwing it back at them. So they'll get what they want plus jealousy. So now they get what they want, their need is satisfied, and now they're influenced by jealousy. The energy of jealousy, however that ends up manifesting. So now we're not even paying attention to the need anymore, and we're focusing on jealousy. We can't move nowhere else until we focus on jealousy, whether we know to address it or not. That's crazy. Like, it really, like, not just with children or babies or my baby, like, it really excites me when I meet people who know more than me. Like, I look at it as an opportunity to learn. But my ears automatically close out once they disregard me and who I am. After I just embrace them for who they are. See, it can't go nowhere. My ears gonna close. And that's my way of being able to progress and move forward. So even in that situation, they made their choice, right? So when this child got their need met, that was a choice that the parent made to meet the need. But they also set out to do something else. So now that choice is out of the fire, out of the competition, selections, and stuff like that of need is out. And now all we are faced with is jealousy. So there's going to be coming a time where a need is now being chosen by jealousy. Because now jealousy has appeared, if that makes sense for you. If it doesn't, it's probably not time. There may be another need because children need you as the parent, right? So now you presented jealousy. You brought jealousy up into the fucking room. Jealousy was nowhere to be found at first. The room was clear of jealousy. And now your child needs something. Now you got to consider jealousy. And some of them don't even notice that. I pity those. If I buy you this or do this for you that you need, it's going to make you think you're better than me. Whatever it is. Now they probably need a book or some type of course material for a course they're taking. And this mother or parent has never taken that course because jealousy got her ass in a room. You considering jealousy without even knowing it. That's why those type of thoughts showing up. But if you focus on the fact like, oh, my child needs to take this course, and the only one who can do it is me, right? Or our parents are like, we're responsible for that. They're not responsible for it. And that's why they come into you with this request. So it's like they inflict this pain onto themselves. And not even knowing it, not even care to know it when it's even presented in their face. Because sometimes when God knows you don't know, you're naive to a situation, someone will be sent into your life indirectly, directly to inform you. That's why it's best to take other people's knowledge or whatever makes them them and learn from it. You don't even have to take it verbatim. You don't have to copy it in fear of forgetting about it. Nah, this encounter, you're going to remember. Even if you don't remember every single word that was said in this encounter. That's good enough to remember. Got a kiss. But yeah, so hopefully that made sense for y'all. Let's get more information about this message, okay? Maybe some choices that are coming up. Heroic. Yes, somebody is not going to be able to say today. It says heroic in reverse. Bold. Help on the way. Saving the day. Being a natural born savior. Conquer. We are conquerors. Conquerors. We are conquerors. Conquerors. For no matter what we go through, we are conquerors. Today is a brand new day. Well, all my sins have been washed away. My heart is cleansed. Dun, 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 dun. And by his blood I've been redeemed. We run the race, we set the fight, we set the fight, we shed our blood, we shed our blood over what was right. We carried our cross through the sun and rain because of Christ, Now we can say, we are conquerors. Conquerors. We are conquerors. Conquerors. For no matter what we go through, yeah, we are conquerors. I submit my life to you. We are conquerors. Yeah, so that is I was about to say that is my song. I was thinking about my song Surrender and Trust that I made with God, my ancestors, through some cards. But that is Conquerors by Kirk Franklin and the family again, okay? See, the family is about to come through for Kirk, or, you know, like the child or a son, or, you know, a man even, you know, like a man could be getting out of prison, jail, or something like that. Or somebody's going to be left to rot in prison. Have to think about what they were doing. Okay. One-sided. Okay. What side are you going to choose? Okay. Breadcrumbing, unfair, unrequited love, unequal wedding. Okay. Somebody chose you to and married them instead of you. Wedding is in reverse. Okay. Or they chose you and dogged you out and didn't celebrate your special moments, wasn't rooting for you. Look at that. I was just talking about that hippie vibes. They didn't care about providing your needs. Especially when it comes to shelter, stability. You could have been in a shelter as well, but abundance is coming, okay? And it was all because of money for some of them who did things against you, you know? And you're going to have to make choices between two bad things. I mean, two people who did bad things to you. And you're going to have to gauge and consider, you know, ways they tried to redeem themselves, or consider how remorseful they feel, how aware they are, okay? Because if they're not aware of the fucking problem, they will never get better, okay? The first step to healing is what? Identifying that there is a problem. Admitting there is a problem. Admit could be one of your angels. Like, admit what you did, okay? Admit it. And she's a part of judgment. She is actually the one that devours one's heart after outweighs it against a feather. And if it's heavier than a feather, you have to go, clever, okay? But it says financial gain, windfall, okay? Money about to be raining down on you. Yeah, rain it down on you, okay? Fat Joe and Lil Wayne. Promotion, stability. And I was just talking about that with the hippie vibes card. I didn't even read that. Wow. Stability. See, something about that, you know, especially when it came to that change in reverse, or somebody will never change unless they identify the problem or are aware of the problem, or because someone refused to change, they're getting justice, because we had justice right next to it. Truth, the law, contracts. See, you better be lucky. And then on this justice card, it has the scales I was just talking about that my aunt uses. Wow. And my aunt names means to me, mama, where you at, or the mother of all of that, okay? The creator of all of that, the responsible one, the person responsible for all of that, okay? In good ways and bad ways. Okay. And this change says shift, expansion, cycles, development, transition. You know, like, so this is why, you know, like maybe somebody even have a choice between a Leo and a Scorpio. I wasn't trying to say Leo. I was trying to say Libra. But Leo and a Scorpio could be significant, and Libra and a Scorpio. And I'm thinking they saying don't choose the Scorpio in either case, whoever it is, whether it's a Libra or a Leo. Or choose the Scorpio for the bad side, but don't save the Scorpio. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her. Especially a woman Scorpio. Don't do it. Don't do it. J. Cole, okay, especially if they name start with a J or a C, first, middle, last name, or nickname, or ends in an E, a nickname. Or even ends in a J. I always get Samaj or Taraj or Taraji P. Henson could be important, but I was trying to say like Tariq or Tariq even, but you know, so K's, ending in K's as well. I was thinking about the show Power as well. Flawless appearances. Wow. Superficiality and image in reverse. Okay, see, somebody been hating for real. Courtship, somebody was hating on somebody relationship. These are both in reverse, okay? And even just that's giving me like people in this relationship just can't get right. But neither one of them should be chosen. If any one of, but they all should be punished. Both should be punished type of energy. Like you all get it. You mess up, you all are in trouble type of energy. Time together, wooing, early stages, openness for courtship. So it's like somebody from the past just don't want to let something go, or they keep playing they keep playing those moments over in their head. Okay, remember the time we fell in love. Do you remember the time when we first met? Girl, remember the time, we fell in love. Do you remember the time? Remember. How we used to talk, we say things said on the phone from night till dawn. Do you remember all the things we said? You said I love you, so I never let you go. Do you remember all on the strings? In the morning, birds will sing. Do you remember our special times? It goes on and on in the back of my mind. Remember the time we fell in love. Do you remember the time when we first met, girl? Oh, do you remember the time? Remember my baby? Come on, do you remember, girl? On the phone, you and me, till a dawn, 2 or 3, that about us, girl. Do, do, do you, do you, do you, do you, do you? In a bar, on the beach, it's me. Oh, what about, da 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 da, oh, da 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 da, Michael Jackson. Okay, remember the time. See, they keep saying that, and then I sang that verse in particular because he said those memories go on and on in the back of my mind. Okay, this is it. Oh, look at that confirmation. Here I stand. I'm the light of the world. I feel grand. This is love that I can feel, and I know that for sure it is real. And you see, you know we for some fun all a while. And I seen and yeah, I seen your face before. Ooh, and I know you kind of fit around a while. In the time, you know you do the same before. This is it. Here I stand. I'm the light of the world. I feel grand. Ooh, I never heard a single word about you. Falling in love was in my plan. I never thought that I would be a lover. Come on, please, dear, understand. Ooh, I never heard a single word about you. Falling in love was in my plan. I never thought that I would be a lover. Come on, please, dear, understand. Here I am for your word. Yeah, okay. Purple, the color purple. You can be seeing the color purple. That's another synchronicity. But some of y'all gonna have 3 choices as well. Someone who serves or deals with something in water. Someone could be a lifeguard, or they have a profession in water, or they like to go swimming a lot as well, but they do it like it's a norm for them, like year-round type of energy, or that's coming for somebody. But overcoming challenges, facing fears, ups and downs. Okay, or somebody who who got that swag, because it's giving me that song Swag Surfer. Hypnotic, exotic, with polo on my body, and the back with the body, and the dad and the body on swag. I'm surf, I'm swag, I'm surf, I'm swag, I'm surf. I put out this detergent in the dog, and the dot, 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 I'm swag, I'm surf, I'm swag, I'm surf, I'm swag, I'm surf. I don't know the song. Okay, I don't like that. But I don't know who sing that. Yeah, we got that swag. My head down to my back. Yeah, we found that tag. You know I got that swag. You know I got that swag. From my head down to my back. And then they pop that tag. And yeah, I got that swag. I surf. I watch it to take it night. And the Saudi and the polo on my body. And the fed. You can find me in the fed. You can find me. And I said, I surf it. I said. I'm surfing, I'm surfing. I pull up this detergent, okay? And sometimes I don't even know the songs, as well. And I just try to, like give y'all an idea of it as well. Yeah, and I said that I mentioned that because I was talking about my baby's speech. And sometimes it's funny because he knows people like fill up space with, words. So he'll like how I do with songs sometimes, he'll do like da 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 da, and then whatever he really wants to say, he'll say that word clearly because he believes the world. He probably even believes the world like says a whole bunch of shit that don't really matter, and all he listens for is the key words. So it's like, I don't know, something like that is very significant for somebody's baby, or they've been talking about that with your baby, and that's why they keep bringing it up. It's weird. So like, so, express concern. And honestly, it really ain't your business. I'm pretty sure if you heard it, and especially if you just met them, pretty sure that type of energy been around for way longer than this moment. Okay, we're aware. We know. Okay, what does that do for your life? I'll help you communicate with my son better, or our son better. And I believe at a point in time, especially when he was growing up, he just didn't want to talk. And I understand why. People say a whole bunch of shit they don't need to say without saying it. He didn't even say none of those words. But I got the fucking message. Then I thought I was doing something wrong. Like, I talk to him all the time. Like, I prefer to talk to him all day, I'm like, it's not that, like, no. He hears what he wants to hear. And we're like that as adults. But kids got this much pressure. I was just watching this short, and it kind of made me cringe. And not because of what happened in the short. I was thinking less about that shit. Okay? So this mother puts on, well, I don't know if it's her that said that in the caption, but that's all I kept thinking about as I'm watching the video. And the video showed a disaster of what happened. So this mother posted a video, or somebody posted a video where it shows this mother showing her house after it's been destructed by her 12-year-old. And he broke TVs, he broke the toilet, and all this type of stuff. And the caption says, he needs to be sent to a foster home after all of this, or something like that. But all I read is he needs to be sent to a foster home. That's what the fuck we doing now? So I'm really mad, okay? You treating foster home like prison? Jail? Institutionalization? Punishment? A place for punishment? Like detention? What the fuck? See, this is how unserious people are about this duty of taking care of their child, whether they're a man or a woman. So how the house was destructed, I should have been looking at that. But I'm looking at it, and I'm, shocked and amazed, but not to, try to blame anybody, but it wasn't. Oh yeah, she took the phone from him, and he destructed her whole house, every room in her house, her room, and then things that dealt with her work and her job and stuff like that. And that's what she was saying. She's like, well, what am I supposed to tell my job? But it wasn't just the phone. In the name of every slide, that little man did that. Go baby, go baby, go baby. You got them going crazy. Go, baby, go, go. Go, baby, go, go, baby. Go, baby, go, go, baby. You got them going crazy. Go, baby, go, go. Go, baby, go, go. That was actually my first song I ever wrote for my baby when he was a newborn. He was dancing to it too. And I couldn't think of a word to say besides crazy. But you know, like, even when I said the word crazy, I was thinking about, like, you got me going crazy, like excitedly crazy, you know, like crazy in an excitement world. Okay, crazy in containment, like, I can't believe it. Okay, maybe I'm in shock. Okay. Like, he's so awesome, you know, like, I know he was awesome since he was in my stomach, you know, like, it's interesting. But yeah. So I'm like, nah, in the name of every slide, okay, this child did all of this, okay? And how was he able to do all of this and you able to be recording this? Because sometimes people do this shit for attention. I'm not trying to belittle your damn experience. And everybody like, oh, we need to pray for the mother. He needs to be locked up, press charges on. Look, but as a mother, you don't even want your son to look like that. You don't even want your son to get to that point. So you build him and shape him in a certain type of way. So whoever raised them, whether you was responsible or not, is responsible for that outcome. Y'all didn't go over a lesson in, what happens when you do certain things and your phone get taken, or in instances where your phone can be taken. So he understands. This is why, as a toddler, I'm honest with my son when I can afford something that he wants. That's a want. That's not a need. Especially if you took it in the house. He could go find something else. The shit we saw in a fucking house, he could have fucking entertained himself with that even more than a fucking phone. I'm not fucking stupid. But these are the type of mothers we got out here. And they be having a nerve to be behind taking somebody else's kid who wouldn't even dare do that in totality at once. Like they was raiding your house. They had war on your house. And sometimes children start to resent things that you care about more because you presented that into the situation. Like I was talking about jealousy. So those decisions you make that allows jealousy to display itself, your kid gonna start resenting that because you're not even meeting their need. It started way before the phone. You can't tell me otherwise. Everybody saying, lock that 12-year-old up. He ain't even a teenager yet. Those are the motherfuckers who, not the mother shouldn't get the freedom to take this child to foster care. Nah, foster care do need to come get his ass. Because there's more going on than meets the eye. And then when something happened, when a tower hits, yeah, that's what it looked like. The tower hit their ass. A tsunami hit that motherfucking house. But yeah, they'll start resenting. So she cared more about dressing her house than even giving me the phone in the first place. So why would you take it from me? That's probably what he was thinking. I don't know. I don't know the situation. Maybe that was the original thought that he's not even aware of. But it didn't start because of the fucking phone. And these fucking pitiful ass bitches. They be willing to sacrifice. Look, that even her recording that and allowing the public to access it, that's sacrificing her son. You should not put your son in a position to be judged in such a way. When I heard about Jesus in my more awakened state, the crucifixion and stuff like that, it made me start wondering. I'm like, where was Mary? Why did Mary let this happen? But Mary also had to be on board with God. And she knew through experience. the type of miracles God does, what type of power God has. That's why Jesus is here in the first place, to be even crucified. I was talking about that with my son. But you see how I immediately went to who was responsible for him, who was responsible for protecting him, meeting his needs. Because that's what it is. And when that part is satisfied, normally, that's how you know when somebody just messing with you. Like with me. I didn't say my baby is too much. Life is too much. I've had issues, running to housing issues before I was thinking about having children. But guess what? I've never been homeless. So if that problem could exist without a child in their life, the child is really not the issue. They're putting the child in the issue. They've introduced something else to compare to the child. Or my child, I should say. But no, any child. Because I'm really trying to keep it general so you understand, so you can relate. If somebody not going nowhere, also somebody could be a businesswoman. Somebody going to be having to choose between 3 different women. One who's like more sporty and adventurous. The other one, she could be a housekeeper as her job. She could also do things online, or have envious people on her job all the time as well. And she is one of those envious people. Like they live for this shit. And then there could be a businesswoman all about their business. All about the Benjamins, baby. Okay. All about the businessman, baby. Okay. I was singing a song earlier. They were talking about they were like a billionaire. I can't remember. What was that song? I don't know. But it was a song I was singing earlier. And they were trying to show you like, like I got all, baby, I got what you need. And I started off singing that song by Mario or Benz Markie. Is that his name? I can't remember. Is it Benz Markie? But rainbow. Okay, blessings, opportunities, synchronicities, signs. Okay, so watch for the signs. You may even see a rainbow. Okay. Then we got the star, dreams fulfilled, hopes, wishes, healing, and renewable. So all those dreams, those prayers. We spoke a lot about prayers today. I'm about to leave it though. Hope this message bless you. I'm gonna hear from God. From my God deck. Let's go. Yeah, heroic. You a hero. Baby, if I say you was I here with my superpowers. Oh, you only you are, but I be a superwoman. They don't make them girls like me. No, I tend to die for me to get dun 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 dun. I'm not your average shit. They can't do it like this. Dun 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 dun. Things won't be the same, baby. We can't trade you, but I save you with my superpowers. Only you are, but I be a superwoman. I know, right? It's true. It's like niggas do say it. Somebody was reminding me of when I was talking about my baby. Like how, like it's like black people do say a whole bunch of words. They don't mean shit. My baby, every interaction he has, he'd be like, get to the point. Okay, basically. See, I embrace that. I don't like, and the only reason why I point out his flaws anyway, because it bothers me that people say things about my son. That's how protective I am around my son. And so when I saw this short, I cringed because I'm like, why do we see this? And it's your son. It's not somebody else recorded this and this lady's son did this. Like, nah, you did this. And then you looking to us for sympathy? But I ain't get to read all the damn comments or most of the damn comments like I normally do. But I wouldn't be surprised if they send her ass, create her as a GoFundMe. Okay, we see these type of deals happening right in just that one short video. And she may be aware of this, or she may not be aware of it. This may have been her motive, or this may have not been her motive. But the situation is going to play out. Pieces are going to fall as they may in this type of situation based on her decisions, her choices that she has made. And I'm not trying to call her a bad mother, but it should never get this far. It ain't that serious about a phone, right? Unless something serious has been growing. A serious seed has been planted, and now it's time to sprout. Hunted in reverse. Yeah, somebody, and sometimes these kids be possessed. People project into our kids because they see what they love. But they will project it to the kid to get their mission accomplished. They're going to attack something that you hold dear the most. Oh, you just care about furnishing up this house? That's all you care about? So I'm going to destroy this house. It wasn't really his thought, maybe even. It was somebody else feeling like that. But a feeling like that was there for this to happen, or this fucking shit to look like this over a fucking phone. And it just disgusts me when I was reading the comments of how this child should be punished. A similar thing even happened to me when I was staying with the family who adopted me. Like the one time I snap, I'm being lied on. Lied on, or you're highlighting all the bad things I've done. This family was not good to me. And I snapped on my abuser that I tried to tell the mother about. And then the mother is egging on the story that he creates to the police that he has called. But why was the police even called if whatever you've done to me as a little toddler, the police wasn't called for? Why, when I'm hitting a grown man who is at least 8 years older than me? At least. It could be more. Someone's name could be more as well. Why did that warrant for a police call? I didn't go in there and destroy your house. He hit me in my face and called the police on me. Ripped my purse off my arms, out my hand. Why are you pulling on my purse? Because I was a person who would save up money to get whatever I want. I did hair when I was a little girl to make money. So what was this purse? Apple bottom. It was an apple bottom purse. No matter how I got it, why are you so mad you're ripping it out of my hand so much it breaks? What did I do to you so badly? Nothing. But the plan was to get rid of me. They took me to juvenile hall as a 15-year-old. Or was it 14? I was about to turn 15. Can't remember. Yeah, I think I was 15. But either way it go. But that was the only one time something like that ever happened. Because people sacrifice people to free someone else. And now you're the one able to be doing the sacrifices that are legitimate. The ones that come from God. These choices that come from God. Haunted. See, somebody is possessed. Like a lot of my kittens passed on, you know, in the last 2 years. All of my kittens passed on. Even the kittens that I didn't welcome into my home, that I knew as neighborhood kittens, that grew up in my neighborhood. And before they left, they was all possessed. I had little baby even kittens, um, who were possessed by right of mother. You know, the pathway of mother. She was possessed, and she had to be nursing at the time, so she transferring energy. She may have known, she may have not known, and it started making her actions different. I ain't gonna even lie. And my cat name was Ma'at that had the kittens. Okay. And then it was Hathor. Hathor, Nephti, Isis, and Ra Amanshu. Okay, which means Ra I miss you. um, yeah, somebody could have had a sibling setup like that where it's 3 girls and 1 guy, and maybe the guy was sacrificed, maybe the guy was the protector or supposed to protect, and they had to get the guy out the way. It was so cute when I first met my kittens. My cat was pregnant and I didn't know. But I saw the pregnancy happen, but I didn't know she was actually pregnant from it. I saw my kittens being conceived. And um and I had suspected throughout the journey that she was, but I wasn't sure, you know, like, and she wasn't, you know, like she wasn't really fat in the first place, and it was gifted to me. So, and I loved her so much, you know, like, and I still do. But you know, when I first, so I didn't know she was pregnant. She hid it from me when she had the kittens, and she would go to the certain part of the house, and I wouldn't see her for a while. And one day I heard something extra, but it didn't really dawn on me that it was kittens. So this particular day, I created, like, I created her a bowl, and then I topped it off with sushi. You know, like, I loved bringing her back sushi, um, and she loved eating it. And then, you know, I had this nice presentation for it, you know, because I hadn't been able to feed her that well, or something like that, or, you know, she wasn't eating as much. I don't know. It was something, or she didn't like cat food as much as, you know, cooked food, especially when I cook it. She would tear up some chicken. One day she stole one of my baby's chickens out his bowl. But like, so I think I've been feeding her that, or it was something that I thought she was tired of, and then so I put special effort in this bowl, and I was like, I called her and I was like, I'm about to go see where you're coming from, you know, because I've been seeing you go somewhere and disappear, and I don't know where you are, and so I'm about to go up here and see. Lo and behold, I find the kittens, and I was like, oh my God. You know, I was happy. I was actually very impressed that she did this on her own, you know, like without me knowing and stuff like that. And so when I first saw the kittens, I was kind of mad at her because we was already even going through that as well. And then I was also my, you know, olive branch to, you know, like tell her I still love her, you know, like I could get mad at you all day, but I'd rather be the one to get mad at you because I know I still love you. Like I know I do. It's hard for me to just stop loving you if I loved you. But it's hard for me to start loving you too. That alternative situation, duality. But yeah, so when I saw the kittens, Ra'am and Shu, and he was the only one that looked like his mother, who had stripes, had brown feet, and, you know, this fluffy, foxy looking tail. He was the only one that was colored like his mother. The other ones were colored like the dad. And they were white. So he jumps, like when he sees me, because he knew like they were aware that, me and the cat weren't, on good terms. But, she was still my baby. I still consider her my baby. Like and honestly, like we were more on bad terms because I was tired of her, leaving and disappearing outside, and it would be hard for me to find her. Like I looked at her as emotional support. I remember one time, and I feel like I'm talking about her like a person too, because I was about to say, I remember one time we were arguing, and I was like, you're I thought you were here to make things better, not to cause me more anxiety and stuff. Like, why are you making me worry about it? Because I would worry about her like a mother. Like, I don't know where you are at night, like and then she'll come back, like in the morning and stuff. Like she'll be out all night, and but she was used to that in the home that she was already in. So I would even want that, but I would think she would know to, like I know she was gonna come back, but sometimes she would leave so long, like over 2 days is too much to me. Okay. So like she'll leave so long that I'll be worried that something happened to her, like, and stuff like that. And then I would even like I even try to look at her because she hung out with the neighborhood cats, and like they didn't have a home or have people feeding them on a consistent basis. So I would kind of even look at her like she's that cat who has a mother who shares meals with the friends and stuff like that, because I would feed them too. And like, and she would be territorial as well, but like I make sure she had already eaten before I feed them anything, because she's too territorial. She gets jealous so easily, and she got like that even with her children. She gets jealous. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, so I just looked at her as, like she looks like the better one in the group, or people want to be around her, hang around her, and stuff like that, because they know she's been nurtured and taken care of. And sometimes that will be the reason why people even hate your own children. I mean, hate their children, especially if the opposite parent doesn't feel like they're getting as much affection from you, jealous of their children, because of how you're taking care of them, you know. So that could, be something in real life for people, or even that could have happened to somebody's cat. You were that house that, like welcomed everybody with open arms, or your mother or your parents were the house that welcomed everybody with open arms, whether they were paying or not, contributing or not, and people saw you as a safe haven as well. But yeah, so yeah, he jumps over the Ra Amishu, the kitten, her kitten. When I saw her, when I saw them, he jumps on her like he wanted to jumps over the kittens because he thought I was gonna take the kittens and, do something bad to him. And I wasn't, like I thought, honestly, I thought about selling them real quick because it was even hard for me to be able to keep my eye. So I said other things before then, because I had been making a plan to go, because I didn't feel like my aunt was welcome. So, I wasn't going to leave we weren't going to leave our whole space for a cat, but, we kept that in mind, to motivate us a bit more to want to get out sooner and stuff like that. So I had been devising a plan to leave. So when I found the cats, I was like, man, you couldn't wait until I left, shit, so that could be significant as well, like shit, like, so I was kind of mad at her like that, but I was like, at the same time, I was proud of her being able to handle that on her own, and she probably even felt like it wasn't welcome as well. So whether it was by me, I don't think so, but or anybody, whoever else didn't welcome her. My son loved her as well. So cute. And she was just so territorial of me. I keep thinking about that. I don't know what is about that. Is that how a child is feeling about their mother? Yeah, but yeah, and so when I found her, I was like, man, You could have waited a little longer. But that I said it all in like, like, okay, I gotta, do something sooner, or like I didn't expect this moment to come so soon, like I wasn't prepared, um, but not in a bad way, like, like the ultimate thing, destruction has to happen, for anybody to progress in their lives. Okay. So, my cat gets poisoned, my aunt gets poisoned, and then she's breastfeeding, and it transfers to the kittens. So they pass on one by one. And I felt Ra Amanshud take his last breath. And he was because Isis was first, and then Nephtes, and then he was the third to die. And then Hathor was the last. And I haven't been wanting to talk about this for a long time. This happened in 2023, during the summer. They were born in July, and they died in August. Yeah, so I'm about to go, yeah. Yeah. And I started thinking about this because this haunted card is giving me possession, and how they're using people, channeling people to carry out their bad plans. But my cat died after my kittens died. And honestly, I was, because of what we were going through, not before I found the kittens. After that, I didn't know about possession too well. I was able to confirm possession in them because God gave me a vision. And sometimes, especially Father God Thoth, his aspect of us, and Thoth is also associated with children. I just learned that. But he likes Father God Thoth. He likes to be called Father God Thoth. So someone's father could even come through their child, or has come through their child, especially if they have a father on the other side who passed over or who was deceased. But yeah, so they gave me a vision. I did a reading not too long ago and said, God giving you visions and you taking them for what it is going to give you hope for the future. So actually, while my child, yeah, she was my child, while my aunt was pregnant, God gave me this vision. And I was wondering, like, I was like, I know they ain't talking about me, but I heard this vision as if they were talking in the same room as me, right next door to me, where I can hear the whole conversation, but nobody was around. So I knew it was like this special type of clear audience. It's like this super type of clear audience that God gives you. And it almost, like, if you don't know how, if you don't know what it is, it could make a motherfucker go crazy. So they are driving people crazy with these type of visions. That is a super power you can't even handle because you're weak. The show original could be important as well. The originals. Okay, it's about vampires and wolves and witches and stuff like that. Definitely check it out. If you're interested in the supernatural aspect and you want to learn more and you're willing to learn more, it's so much you can learn on that show. And I watched that way before I thought I had children, had any more cats, or anything like that. But yeah, so my cat was still alive. So they're having this conversation about, so the leader of the group, who I had already had confrontation with, and I even apologized to this person. I would say hi to them every now and then to try to tell them, like, you don't have nothing to worry about with me. I really buried the hatchet, like, you don't have to worry about nothing with me, like whatever we were even beefing about, whatever I said to you at first and all that type of stuff, I'm not thinking about it no more. I moved on from that situation. And it was dealing with, people standing in front of my house selling drugs while I had my kid with me. So I was protecting my son anyway. But I apologized if I came off any disrespectful type of way, or, disorderly type of way, where I didn't follow the chain of command. I don't know. Like I just try to apologize in that manner. And she would say hi back, so I thought, like, I didn't expect us to be friends or anything like that, but I just expected us to be able to coexist in the same environment and not worry about each other inflicting hurt or any more hurt or pain, or whether it's through words, doing things against them behind their back or whatever it is. And everybody end up somehow finding or thinking that I call the police on people. And when I was living in that place, I did not call the police, not once. Okay? Not once. You could look at the police records. There would not be a report for me, or a call or dispatch call for me while I was living there. And after that incident even. So if the police knew anything about anything, it was not because of me. But I wasn't even, what I did, my actions, I wasn't even trying to prove that, because I didn't think that was the case. I didn't think to do that. I didn't want to do that. And even if I thought to do it, I didn't want to carry out those plans. But, and then I end up eventually finding out this person I did all this with, was the one spreading that rumor. Or someone told me that they were the one spreading that rumor. And I'm like, why are you saying hi to somebody you think called the police? You get what I'm saying? Like, why are you doing that? You could ignore me, and then at least I know what it is. But I'm trying to let you know, like, there's no bad blood. I don't have bad blood. I don't have nothing against you, I'm looking at, and this person, I remember them when they were a little girl. I remember them. And it was confirmed to me she's from the same place I'm from. Yeah, that's why I remember her. I remember her. When she was a little girl, how she used to wear her hair, the ballies in her hair and everything. Her hairstyle, I remember that. So that's why I even was courageous enough to apologize, because even when I was apologizing, I ain't gonna even lie, I wasn't sure how she was gonna take it. I was like, I was tempted to just not say nothing. I'm like, I'm just gonna show her that, I'm gonna show her that I have no problems by creating no problems, But it takes courage for somebody to come up to somebody they don't even know like that, but they think they know them, and that person don't know them like that. So, like, even the reason why we had commotion is because she don't know me like that. And I didn't know her like that. But I did come at her respectfully, and I highlighted that when I was apologizing. I was like, I came at you respectfully. Because she said, I'm a good person once you get to know me. I remember that. And I was like, I came at you respectfully. I stayed respectful. Until she snapped on me, I didn't snap. Till she clapped on me. She clapped on me so much that she thought she grilled me. Because the next time I had any issues in front of my house, I was addressing an issue with the person that told me that she's been the one going around saying that I call the police on people. This person has sold a crack rock right in front of me, and that was my first time ever seeing a crack rock. Is that what it's called? It looked like a crack rock, okay? But it was crack, It's been confirmed. But before that time, I've never seen something like that. And even when I approached her for doing that right in front of my door, I had tears in my eyes because my son was outside. And so I can't, every time I encountered these people, I didn't come at them off the bat, but we ended up off the bat arguing, yelling, screaming at people. But originally, I had tears in my eyes because I'm a mother trying to protect her son and I know the type of energy drug deals even bring, and let alone around a child. Drive-bys happen. People owe people money and shit like that. And end up walking up on somebody. During the time we stayed there, right next door, somebody got shot outside of that fence I was defending. But it was next door. Right there. And they blocked off the whole block. So I was addressing that. And still I didn't have any animosity. Try to come at her correctly. She even apologized because she knew how wrong she was. But instead of apologizing and taking it for what it is, accepting your responsibility for that situation happening, you go around or you say someone else is spreading a rumor about things that didn't even happen. I try to address them like adults. And then I just get the whole hood or the whole neighborhood. Because I'm from Grape Street, Was. I'm from the hood, okay? And she's from that same fucking hood. The other one was from, the first one was from that same fucking hood. So when I'm addressing this with her with tears in my eyes, she walked past the first girl I got into it with. And that was actually, no, it wasn't after I apologized. It was before I apologized. Because since we got into it 2 times, because I approached her about something respectfully. And then we start arguing because she's getting defensive at me because I don't want her standing in front of my house. Okay. Eventually. But she was so defensive towards me that she had thought she grilled me. So she walks past and says, yeah, she always on that weird ass shit. That's why I grilled her. And then, so I'm yelling at her now. I'm like, you didn't fucking grill me. But that's how violent people or aggressive people get towards me. That their aim is to grill me. So I'm defending myself with words and stuff like that. And, you know, and that's the reason why I apologize. Because I was like, normally that type of stuff don't even matter to me. But I'm like, I just moved into this neighborhood. Don't start making motherfuckers think I'm a fucking punk and they start trying me as well and see how fucking far they can get. They'll fuck around and find out. Oh, that's what it was last night. The reading I did last night that I've been trying to reference and I forgot, it's we're not going to do them a favor by telling them what we know, but we will tell them what they about to fuck around and find out, okay? But yeah, like, and so now, so this whole situation, as I broke it down, hopefully y'all could follow it or was able to follow it if y'all needed it, all right? Because like I said, I don't really like to talk about, like, that doesn't make me proud, because like I try, when I apologize to somebody or someone apologizes to me and I forgive them or whatever, it's a clean slate for me. Like, I'm not thinking about the stuff. I may bring it up if you neglect to remember that I had to forgive you about some things, but other than that, I really forgive and forget, in essence, you know. But I only don't really forget for my protection, for my confirmation, my proof, you know? So, yeah, so all that happened. And then 2 weeks ago now, was that 2 weeks ago I found out? One of the people, you know, who people probably perceived were closest to me than they should be, I found out she's gone. And she was one who's on the street. So you won't know about it unless other people know you know them. And if people are against you or people think you're the enemy and stuff like that, they ain't gonna bother telling you. Or they probably did it because they're your enemy and shit like that. Stephanie, Amy, Red, Nunu, Dee Dee, Booby. Somebody has a really white name. So would it be? Sorry, I don't mean to call it a white name, but I think about a white guy. Or is that what they said? They think about a white guy when they think about their name. What is it called? It's like, is it Bryson? No, it's not Bryson, but it could be. Bryson Tiller comes out a lot in my reading. Heroic. In reverse. Yeah, so somebody can't be saved now. But what is it? Brent or something like that. Brett or something like that. This person didn't like their name. Somebody also, see, Amon Ra, I think I mentioned him earlier, or maybe in last night's reading, but Amon Ra has this energy where he would just come and slap you out of nowhere. And somebody in the same neighborhood who actually was around during this time when things happened, but they weren't in it as well. Or no, they were in it, and it was just a misunderstanding of how they were in it. They were screaming this name. They scared to come outside. They were screaming a song. They scared to come outside. I don't know how it go. I never heard that song. But before I knew it was a song, I thought it was a threat, or I thought it was, because people think that I'm a punk, and I'm not trying to be big and bad, but I know it's not only that I have to prove myself now that people have this persona about me, but it's like now, it's giving me like a crowd of people, a mob of people running towards you now. It's like, okay, they go and pick on a punk. Oh, I could beat her up easily, or, I could feel good about myself if I defeat her in some type of way. Wow, prisoner. So somebody in prison is speaking about this, or yeah. And so we find out Stephanie died, where I found out Stephanie died, and it's through someone who only knew that I knew Stephanie, but this person really don't know the people that I was just talking about in this story as well, or at least I don't know how much she know these people as well. So these could be related situations or separate. So I was telling that story because I was trying to tell you guys about my vision. Okay. So the person that I got into first, she's basically the leader of this group, and there were other people, especially girls. They were responsible for poisoning my cat, and they're telling her like what they did to my cat. And by this time, they're telling her what they did to my cat, because my cat is dead at this point in time. But this is a vision, okay? But this how vivid this vision was. I thought I was there in the room with their conversation, knowing exactly what's going on. And so this leader that I apologized to, basically kind of confirms to me that she probably wasn't the one going around saying what people are claiming she said about me. Because they was like, why is she was offended. This leader was like, why would you kill her cat? And then you wondering why, like, she was telling them, like, you wondering why she doing such and such or did such and such to you or whatever, because y'all killed her fucking cat. So somebody is lying on me in this neighborhood, and I didn't even know that was the actual lie that I found out was the lie at this moment in time when this vision is happening. So they're lying on me, saying I'm calling the police, or they're lying on me and thinking I'm doing witchcraft on my cat. Or witchcraft on them, sorry. So as retaliation, as justification for what they did to me, is because they think I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff that I'm actually not doing. This is all news to me. But at this moment in time, I didn't think it was for me. I thought this vision wasn't for me because my cat is sitting here in the yard with me at that time. Yeah, then how they had the vision, it sounded like it was coming from the place that I eventually start getting into it with the people in that household. But it sounded like they were standing in that person's household in a vision. But I knew all of this, and I could gauge all of this, but didn't know if they were really talking about me, you know? But sometimes there will be things in our lives that, we start impulsively acting on before we know all the information as well. So definitely check out that video. I didn't even bring up this example, but in that video. But if you want to know more about that as well, I don't even think I brought up this type of clear audience, but y'all clears are on like 1,000 million right now. Y'all very sensitive to everything. Like sometimes when I get an extreme feeling, especially a feeling of fright or fear, my body starts hurting. That's how intense the feeling is. My nerves feel like they're hurting my body. Instead of working for me and responding for me, they're hurting my body, or they're running away from something, and it's causing hurt. It's causing jam in that certain area. Jam. Don't think too much. So, so she's like, yeah, y'all want it. So she, in this vision, she's like, yeah, you wondering why, like whatever they were claiming I did, you wonder why she did this? Because y'all killed her cat. So that confirmed to me that she may not have been the one saying that. She may have even accepted my apology in a genuine way. I had no animosity towards her. I had no reason to even want to side with her, even as well. I just knew we could coexist. We could keep the peace, and not think that one another is going to hurt each other. Maybe these small gestures, okay? And sometimes even when people, honestly, when white people see black people, they speak automatically to make themselves feel more comfortable, because they probably feel some type of extreme emotion, fear, excitement, I don't know, shyness, I don't know. But they speak to people, or not, or make sure with nonverbal body communication that the other person knows not to speak to them, as well. But that's nonverbal communication. So they do some type of communication to make themselves feel comfortable. I wasn't trying to feel like that all the time. So I was trying to establish a feeling, a fair playing field. Did a reading about that not too long ago. They don't understand. You show up as the battlefield, okay? Not to the battlefield. You show up as the battlefield. You set up your tent, set up shop as the battlefield. You have home court advantage, but you do them a favor and let them go first anyway. Let them show their hands anyway. This vision was showing their hands, and I didn't know. I hadn't even caught somebody standing in front of my house who didn't think I knew anymore, because they never stopped standing outside of my house. I just stopped caring about it. I just start staying in the house a bit more, keeping my child in the house a bit more. And if we do go outside, we're going outside from point A to point B. They even try to start clocking that, so I would never see them until I randomly opened the door to try to feed the birds or something, or randomly. And it will be randomly during the time that I don't normally do something like that. Like, so they would probably even stay out from in front of my house in the morning if they knew I always feed the birds in the morning or the afternoon or something like that. They won't do that, because they don't want me to know. But if I just so happen to forget to feed the birds, or just go outside, go take a trip to the liquor store, out of nowhere, I will end up seeing them. But it took a long time. Like, I don't think I saw them a year before I left. I don't even know. Like, within that year of me being there, I didn't even see nobody in front of my house. I wasn't looking for them. I didn't care. I just saw what happens if I address that issue. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move around and adapt, and I'm going to do things that help me feel comfortable. That's all I did. I didn't go out attacking people. I didn't do spells. I didn't wish or pray. I didn't even pray about it in that capacity to God. I prayed about, like, she would actually believe Believe that I was, my apology was real. Believe that I'm not being fake by saying hi. Like, just believe me, like, and I'm not trying to, get more into your space than you even want me to now. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to let you know there's no bad blood with me. I want to live life just like you live in life. How you choosing to live life, I am not judging you, so please don't come over here and judge me, or don't think that I'm doing anything to deter your life or hurt you in any type of way. But some people fuck it up for us all, because they'll do all of that and still don't mean well. So they got motherfuckers. It's hard to trust. So I know that. So that's why I said I went to God. If I prayed about that situation with God, with anything, I didn't even pray for them to not stand in front of my house. That's why it continued to happen. Anyway, probably. But because it's not hurting me. I'm not condoning it. It doesn't involve me. I'm not involved with that. Like, we focus on what's important. Someone could work at the post office or one of those like delivery carriers as well. But yeah, so and so when I saw this vision, my cat was still alive, but once my cat showed me her kittens, I still didn't know why that was the case too. I'm like, why would she die now? She got kittens, and then I saw that she was sick. Once I saw the kittens, like I was able to compare it, and I remember them saying something about poison. Like, I poisoned her cat, and then you wonder why this happened, because I killed her cat. Ultimately, and you wonder why she's doing whatever you're saying she's doing, and I wasn't doing nothing. I promise you. I didn't even know to do nothing. Shit. If I think, like, honestly, that's calls for a police call. You're harassing me at this point. You got so far to touching my cat? Touch not my anointed, okay? Little mama, But yeah, so yeah. So I'm gonna leave it there, y'all. Yeah, and it says prisoner burning fire. Yeah, and then I was trying to end it with as well, so this death happens not too long ago. But before that happened, and after I got this vision, the leader's house got raided down the street from where I live. And I didn't even know it was her. I didn't even know that was happening. Like, they closed off her whole street for that day. They had, they kept doing gas. I think I kept hearing like the gas bombs they threw or something like that. It was something I kept hearing down there. And somebody ended up telling me that it was her house that they raided. But before this happens, I got a vision of another person I knew from when they were younger, or we were younger as well, and we grew up in the same hood as well. And she moved, her and her family moved, and we left. We didn't leave on good terms, and yeah, and it wasn't my fault. And I'm not just saying that to make myself look good either. It wasn't my fault. I didn't even take it hard. Like, I didn't even take it hard like that. And the least emotion I was showing made her show more emotion. But I didn't do nothing after that. Like, she would still reach out to the people I connected her to. And I was still connected. And she would call these people and ask if they're still connected to me. And these people or this person that she called used to babysit her kid, and I connected them. So she babysitting her kid. It has nothing to do with me. I connected it. I didn't even get mad at that. She got in trouble with the police for driving without a license, a whole license. But when we were connected, I was trying to get her to schedule a DMV appointment, offer to take her to practice to drive, all this type of stuff. But she goes and buys a car with no license, and then she gets stopped by the police, and they're trying to take her car from her because she don't have a license. So she needed somebody who actually could drive and actually have a car. And the person I connected her to, and who was still connected to me at that time, she calls them and they come. But before that, as she was babysitting, getting baby, and she wasn't even connected to this person anymore like that. God had to humble her to come back in a certain capacity. Because while she was right, she was right in their connection of how they fell out, there was a better way to go about that. Because I'll be mad too. And what happened was, so it was my godmom, or the lady I was calling my godmom. And she was watching her kids, the girl who was connected, my friend at the time. I thought she was my friend. And it was so many things that, like confirmed to me that you're probably not my friend. And she put the nail in the coffin when she told me all that. And I wasn't even acting like that. So yeah, so she let my godmom watch her kids, and she ends up going over her mom's house, which I used to call her my grandma. And she goes over her house, and one of the kids starts getting angry at something they couldn't do, So they're getting angry, they're pouting, And the grandma says something, her mom says something to the little girl who's having a temper tantrum. And the little girl has been diagnosed as autistic as well, has been autism and stuff like that. So it's understandable of how she reacted. That's why I'm like, I understand. Like, I really understand as a mother, before I was a mother, and this was before I had children, okay? And because I wanted to do it, I was going to do it, but I wasn't sure how my consistency was going to be able to be, because during that time I was just building my business and stuff, or losing my business, or on the verge of losing it. It was so much going on in my life that I couldn't do it consistently. But I would be there when my godmom couldn't do it. I would fill in when my godmom couldn't do it. Like, she had to go pick them up from school. Sometimes my godmom would break me off something to pick them up from school, because she knew that was her job, or she should know that's her job. And I didn't mind accepting it, because yeah, it is your job. And I've been treated like that enough in my life, like to not accept that type of treatment anymore too. Where I would be doing all the babysitting, but the adult is getting all the money for it. No. She would have to do it, and it has nothing to do with the kids. It's just my boundary I have to exercise. Like, I would do it for free for the kids if it didn't involve them. If she just needed them, initially, and she wasn't responsible first, I actually did do that. I actually, enjoyed doing that type of thing, and I did not charge her. But I connected these people because I saw that my godmom could use some money that wouldn't, impact her too much with whatever money, fixed income she was getting. So anyway, so they're at, she's having a tantrum, And then the grandma says something to the little girl, and the little girl, enraged, like yells at her, yells back at her. Didn't hit her. And then she's trying to push, or what was it? Yeah, she was trying to push, like she grabbed the little girl. The grandma grabbed the little girl. She did something that made physical contact with the little girl, and the little girl ended up as a reflex or whatever the situation was, end up basically contacting her back, and my grandma gets mad and takes off a house shoe and whips the little girl, or her daughter, but yeah, so first off, you're babysitting. This is a job. You don't hit the kids, okay? No kid I've ever babysitted in my life, I never felt the need to hit, no matter how bad they did something. First of all, that's not my child, okay? And I don't even like to hit my own child, but this was before I even had children. I thought about this. They would never be able to say I hit them, touch them in inappropriate ways in any capacity, ever. Because I don't believe in that. I know this is not my property. I'm trying to make sure your property stays in the condition you left it, if not better, when you return. That is a value I uphold. So, yes, she was wrong immediately when she told me this story. That's why I know the story. I was like, why would you hit her? You're not supposed to hit her. She's not supposed to hit my mama. I mean, she hit my mama. Or she was talking to my mama crazy. It was something so small. It was like a reflective thing. I mean, like it was their reflection. What? No, not reflection. Reflexes. Yeah, it was a reflection. Yeah. What? Where's the other word? I don't know, but she reacted. She was reacting. Okay, now they call it reactive abuse when it comes to narcissists and stuff like that. And she was that. And that's why I don't talk to the godmom no more in general. But I stayed connected to her for a long time before that happened. Because I was even just holding on to how grateful I was for what she's done in my life and her mom has done in my life. And I held on to those stale-ass relationships for so damn long. That I was just grateful. That's it. They didn't do any more, any less for me as well. I felt like I had I had a home there, where I was welcome there, she even gave me a key to her place that I barely used, I would break her off money randomly just because I'm thankful. She's never given me anything. But she welcomed me into her home. So that meant a lot to me. That's why I held on for so long. But, and I detached when I detached. Because I held on for so long and I paid my dues. I've proven enough, okay? And there will be times I'll come into town and I'll just give her $80. $80 for no reason. She never gave me money like that. And every time she would even get money from me, she'll be like, she'll get it from a borrowing aspect because she knows she don't do nothing for me like that. Like, I'm gonna pay you back. No, I know she ain't gonna pay me back, but those are the time. If I can't do it without her paying me back, I'm not gonna do it. So there's been times I'll just give it to her, for no reason. But if I ever needed a place to stay, sleep at her, I had a place with her. So I was paying for that over time. But there's been times where I paid off that. I would probably have to stay with her for a few days. $80 a few times or $50, whatever. Just these random amounts, that's going to pay for those 3 days eventually. Especially if that is something I habitually do. But yeah, so so I was there with, I was when she told me the story out her own mouth, I pointed out how she was wrong. And she didn't even really like that. And because when this happened, and her children, because luckily the children were old enough to go back and tell the mom, what they called her, Miss B. I think, yeah, Miss B. What Miss B had done. And I remember the pain in both of their voices. But you could tell, because when she first called me, when my Miss B first called me, she was like, call me back, because she had to leave a voicemail. Call me back. She told me I can't watch the kids no more. Call me back, like, and saying it like, she didn't really do nothing that bad. But you could see that she knows she fucked up too. You get what I'm saying? Like, it was like, and she was relying on that money, That's why I did it in the first place, because I know she could use it. I don't have to just randomly give her money for no reason. Because she would never even be appreciative. So much she acted a nasty way towards me and my baby. Eventually. Like, they probably wouldn't have been able to do this if she wasn't so nasty towards me and my baby. I tolerated her nastiness towards me for years. But I couldn't do it when it came to my baby, man. I can't do that. So when she called me, telling me like to call her back because she's taking the kids, I knew something happened, but I didn't know what happened. I knew something happened that was partially her fault. And then she tried to call it like she telling on me, like she not going through with her deal. I mean, telling on her, like, she not going through with her deal. You hooked me up with this girl, I didn't know this girl was that crazy and all this type of stuff. Like, something serious really didn't happen. And I believe I even called the mother after that, or the girl I was calling my friend, after I got the voicemail, before I even spoke to her, or what actually happened. I don't know, but I was very careful about how I handled the situation, because I'm interested in both parties. Like, I'm neutral though. Like, I understand she can make mistakes, because she's been treating me a certain type of way all this fucking years. So I know she ain't innocent. But I also understand that, even if the mother is not innocent in what actually transpired, there was a reason, because I also understood how much she loves her kids. And she loves her kids way more than this lady I was calling my godmom, Miss B, does. I know that for a fact. Okay? I don't even have to know much about this friend. I know for a fact she loves her kids more than Miss B does. And so, either way it go, when I heard the story, I addressed the points that I need to address. And what Miss B was focused on is more so that the kids came back, because when the mom found out that she hit her, she didn't immediately take her kids from the care. But, she must have went crazy. I don't blame her, though. You left your child with someone to care for them. No matter if it's in a regular house, in a facility, you do not expect somebody to hit your child as a disciplinary action. At school, you don't do that, right? You don't expect that, right? It's the same thing. So I know if she said some things that rubbed Miss B the wrong way, she would justify. Anybody would be. A mother should be. A parent should be. Okay? No matter how hard or soft or the object was soft, because that was another thing she was trying to defend. Like, I only hit her with a house shoe. But again, you picked up a house shoe to hit her too. You hit her. The truth is, you hit her. In a situation where a mother didn't expect that, a mother didn't give you a permission to. That's why she went so crazy, because I ain't tell you can hit my fucking kids. So the kids, so she acted like she didn't know once she found out that this happened. So she still took the kids over there one more time. And one of the kids was like, my mama said, you ain't never, ever, 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 ever watching me or watching us no more. And and that's when, I think that's when she called again. She was like, she told me the kids told me they like she focused on how she's reacting. But what happened? You hit a kid, whether it was the girl, the boys, whatever. So like I said, it was hard for me to remain neutral, but I just I just addressed the things in the situation. I didn't take away no one's narrative, lack of better words. I didn't take away anybody's voice or anything like that. I didn't try to look for ways the mother was wrong, because the mother wouldn't have known. She didn't expect for this child to be hit, or any of her children to be hit. So I don't blame her for saying ever, 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 ever. So instead of her focusing on the reason why she says something like that, she's getting mad and starting resenting the children because, first of all, one of the children came and told her. So she resented him. Like she said, like all that type of stuff, mocking him and stuff. And then she's also focused on the fact that she was disrespectful the child was disrespectful to her mother. But there are other solutions that you could resort to. Yeah. So something like that is very significant. Hope I did anybody justice, who needed to hear that and stuff like that. It was hard for me to stay on track because so many things were coming up to me at first. And, I wouldn't be surprised if one of these women watch me, or even their kids at this point, they're now older. But, I wouldn't be surprised, and that could be why I'm picking up on the energy, like I never really got to express how I felt and how I took everything because I was taking everything as it goes. So when I fell out with a friend, for our own reasons, had nothing to do with that. She's trying to go back and let Miss B babysit her kids again, and she told her the truth. Because she didn't really, not because she was trying to be honest. That could have been part of it, but that really wasn't the main ulterior motive. She could have used the money at that time again, but she resented how those kids were able to come back and tell her what the mama said. She never got over that. So if y'all never got to do it again, or maybe they got to do it out of spite, but you got to watch people like that, because she was never over that. I'm telling you, if you watching me or ever get to see this message, she was never over that part. And she did it. She created it. And then now some type of energy introduces itself where you're now in a position where you got to go back and trust her with your kids again out of spite. And then I'm the villain when I understand you the best. I justify you. Everybody else was on her side. Everybody else was thinking the same stupid shit. Well, she shouldn't have been disrespecting Mercy Lindsay. Mercy, Mother Mercy, that's grandma. You don't disrespect grandma. And I did a reading not too long ago about that. You don't owe anyone trust. They have to earn it like they do respect. And I focused on his actual same grandma in that reading. So I'm not surprised it's coming out again. But even without knowing that information, I wouldn't even trust her again with my child. Especially a child who could possibly have the tendencies to act a certain way. She never gave me no issue. She's always respected me. But before I even met the child, like, things were said about her too. But they try to focus on her sweetness like I do. I see children as innocent until they're not. But even then, and even in those moments, I don't hate them. I still love them. And I'm probably even voicing my opinion because I love you so much. I want you to be better. I see that you can be better. Not to hurt you, not to tear you down, not to sabotage you in any type of way. So if she did ever accept that, she accepted that with still hate in her heart. And that's scary. And you were so worried about her, or she was so worried about me still being in the picture. And I didn't give her half the reaction that she received from this woman. They had their own conversation. They had their own altercation and all that type of shit. Because she was really mad that kid was able to come back however, for whatever reason. I don't know exactly the reason why she was mad, but she was mad I know for a fact that she didn't get over that kid was able to come and say, my mama said, you ain't never, ever, 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 ever watching us again. That hurt her heart. So if she said yes with hatred in her heart. And that is scary for everybody, even her. You're calling her, or she was calling her, checking to see if I'm around or not. And when she receives a yes, she didn't want to do the thing anymore. I'm like, if anything, it probably would have been better for you to call me and see if she's around. But either way go. I had a job at the time too. But, like, either way go. I wasn't the villain there. I promise you. I was the spokesperson. I was the advocate for the children. And after this happened, she got into an accident. And I was the only one that was able to show up to the accident and take her children, take her car back to her house while she go to the hospital. Keep her children with me until she's let out of the hospital, needs to be picked up for the hospital. I think I even went to go get her from the hospital or something like that. And when I showed up, and that's why I'll never regret this. Never regret what I did for this family and these children. The same child that went back and told her that you can't never watch them again and stuff like that. He was like, you always there. You always here. Because he saw his mom calling everybody, including her own mother, her people, people who could get rides or have their own rides, did not show up. Soon she called me and told me she was in an accident and the kids were around and they were not hurt. They need a place to go. I came. I was actually in the middle of fixing my bed, or no, my bed was supposed to show up that day. So I was waiting on my bed to come. And at the time, I had to ask my roommate, or tell my roommate I'm expecting my bed to come. So, like, it wasn't like I wasn't not doing anything. Like, I could have just stayed there for my bed, But I didn't care about none of that. I was like, I found another solution. And then they bring the fucking bed. She covered in my bed and shit. Anyway. I'm like, I gotta move into your damn house. Like, damn, I can't have nothing. And it was one of the beds that light up, the headboard lights up and shit, okay? What is it called? Cushion type of headboard. It was so nice, okay? Because I have been tired of not having like a consistent bed. Because, yeah, I had to leave a lot of beds up until that point. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to pay my way, here and stuff like that, so I can make it comfortable for myself. There's been a time I furnished a room that I was only in for 5 months. And I had to still sell that shit or just get rid of the bed. I lost a lot of beds up until that point, too. But I needed a bed at the time, so I had to buy the bed or, continue to suffer in other ways. Or I don't think, like, if I had the money, if I got the money, I'm going to spend it. If I got the fucking resource, I'm going to spend it. Okay? And especially when it comes to my child. But anyway, that's besides the point. All this time, I didn't have a child, so why can't I have a bed? But anyway, she was covered in my bed. But yeah, and the child tells me this. It touched my heart so much. I'm like, I'm glad you see it. I'm glad you see it. Because when I fell out with his mother, she talked to me like I just didn't do nothing for her. She wanted to fight me and everything because I couldn't carry her no more. She got into this accident, got paid for it. Actually, somebody saw me with her car and offered me connections to a lawyer. I gave her the information. I even agreed to receive the information with her in mind. I didn't have to do that. And she used my lawyer, my connections, or the connection I gave her to get a settlement. And during this time, we were on the same phone plan. So she would give me the money. And during that time, she was having to pay for the phone. Still. So her bill will be a little higher than what she even hear I'm paying or whatever like that. And when I first gave her the phone, I had to pay a deposit. But, I first gave her the phone. I let her choose how much she was comfortable with paying. Considering I told her what it actually would be. And I let her choose if she could pay that amount or less. I will make up for it. And during this time, after all I've done, she gets her settlement check at the DMV, doing something, whatever she's doing. And before she gets this check, I have been holding her over. Even when she pays me, sometimes she didn't pay me on time when the bill was due. So I will have to carry her so the phone won't be cut off. So she gets this check, and I'm actually at the wit's end. I think I was on even a payment arrangement. So I needed to pay this bill. So she calls me and says, like, can I give you, she said, like, can I give you the money another time? And I needed to pay the bill at this time. So I was like, what can you pay me? Like we started off. I was like, what can you give me? And people in the background hearing me saying that, the people I was around hearing me say that, like, who is being this unreasonable with you? I was like, what can you give me? So I couldn't do it no more. And she gets mad at me. And like, yeah, I'm gonna beat your ass. Because I was like, well, because at this time she's still paying for the phone. I'm like, well, just give me the phone back. Like maybe I could, make a connection with somebody who could use the phone, and be willing to pay for it right now. I didn't know what to do. I wasn't trying to take the phone back out of spite. I was just trying to get our bills paid. And I had no more money to do it. And because I did it all that time, I just can't, I can't ever just have nothing. Or not enough. Because during those times, I was barely broke. And people really treated me like that. I always had money in my pocket. There's been times I'll get paid, I forget it's payday. Because I had that much money in my pocket. And you thinking because I'm ordering beds. Because I got good credit. Didn't have to use cash then. Or had good credit. And she's cussing me out, teasing me about being beat up by a girl that's missing a hand. Yeah, Quilla can't fight anymore. All these years, Quilla still can't fight to save her life. Which is a fucking lie. But during that time she was saying that to me, I knew her mom. I knew her grandma who was on the other side. before she passed on. We got into fights as kids, and most of those fights we got into is because I was defending my niece, who was too little to defend themselves. And she just thinks she beat me up every time. No, you didn't. Did you really forget? Just because you were bigger than me. So I would jump in. Well, I would start fighting her sister that was fighting my niece, who was 4 or 5 years younger than her. And the sister was only 1 year younger than me. And that's all we had. So I'm fighting her, and then she would come out and defend her sister because I'm older than her sister. And I would have to fight her too. You think if I just got beat up all the time, I would even, start this ripple effect? No. And if we really telling the truth, my childhood friend, the first person that I knew about dying, actually had a fight with her. Stomped her out in the street. Stomped her out. She was recovering for that for a long time. I lived to fight it the other day when I fought your ass. I remember. And she was so mad that girl beat your ass like that. And I still didn't even bring that up. So yeah, and then I had gotten into it with Miss B's son, who I call my god brother. She's like, you running up all on him. You running up all on him. Why you won't run up on me? And all this type of stuff. We had a totally different thing. And I didn't run up on him. I was protecting myself from him. It's a guy at the end of the day too. And so during that time, I didn't really believe in fighting my friends, especially friends that I knew growing up. Even if I'm not really cool with you or close with you like that, I remember your family. So sometimes I would respect people because of the respect I have for their family, or love them because of the love I have for their family. So I'm not even, trying to bite into it and stuff like that, responding to her, in ways where we're focusing on the issue at hand. It ain't none of that. All this type of stuff. Never really raised my voice. She got so mad, she stopped going back and forth with me through text messages. And she calls. And the people who were around me when I was asking her, like, basically begging her, like, what can you give and stuff like that, because they was like, dang, you being so nice, it sounds like she yelling at you and shit like that, like, and stuff like that. And I was like, so when she called, I knew what you was about to be barking in my ear, yelling at me in my ear and stuff like that. I didn't care to even respond. It was like, nah, respond, or I'm about to answer it. And then even when they answered, they weren't on the defense. But we all heard the pain in her voice, how she was about to cry. It's like, why would you do that? Because they heard how she was talking to me, or how she was handling this situation. I didn't even know you could do this. It's like you could make the phone so they can't go to another carrier or something like that. I didn't know that. And they did it so quickly. And that's when she called. Yeah, that's when she called, because I wasn't really giving her ammo on there. And that's when she called. They did. They helped me do it, or whatever, But because they saw it was necessary in your case, you don't want to give her the phone back. You don't want to pay her anything. You're sitting there trying to give the DMV all your money, and you couldn't give her some of that money. And she's not even asking for some of it, just being your friend, the gas, and all that type of shit. All that. She ain't asking you to pay her back. She's asking you to just pay for the fucking phone you want to use. And that's all I kept telling her. I'm like, I'm just asking you to pay for the phone you want to use. If you want to use it, you got to pay for it. You're only able to call me on this phone because I got to pay for it. So, they hear, and then when she calls, the girl that answers the phone, Alice answers the phone, but other people are in the car. Alice answers the phone, and she's like, "Why are you so mad?" She's like, "Why are you so mad? You sound really mad." "I ain't mad. He's just this. You sound really mad. Can you not talk like that?" Like she was still in a calm voice. Like I've been dealing with her this whole time. And then so she's calling people I've connected to, acting like I should not be nowhere in the vicinity, like I did some shit. No, you shouldn't be nowhere. You shouldn't be calling my connections anyway, but I'm not that petty. People have done that to me, even sabotage me when I call the connections they made me connect to, or they would even make me do it on my own. I would want to go through them. I'd be like, like, especially when it came to men. Like I didn't really like to interact with men like that because I've been hurt by a lot of men in my life. Like, so if I'm able to be comfortable reaching out to a man, or whatever your connection is, and you sabotage it after you already told me, like, you don't need me for that. And then you find out. And then people would be so fucked up and tell the motherfucker, like, this is what happened. Like, tell them motherfuckers after it happened. Because you never know how certain people would feel about that. But she didn't have to worry about that with me. And she probably knew she didn't have to worry about that with me. Again, trying to bully. But the girl that stumped her out ends up dying. Is never that serious. Getting shot. Getting chased down by people. Shot and left in an empty field. Abandoned field. That people walk past all the time, but it's really especially abandoned at night. Someone's name could be Tammy as well. Darnell. Did I say John earlier? I feel like I said John earlier. Maybe I was thinking it. John as well. A party is very significant. Over here fucking teasing me. The motherfuckers can't take their ass whoopings. Can't just live to fight another day. It's just so horrible. Come back and twisting the knife in the wound. What if she said no, and then you end up finding out? It only matters about her. You're not even caring enough about your children. I thought. Like I said, to me, I think this woman cares about her children or loves her children more than this other woman. But I didn't believe that anymore. I don't believe that now. Especially since you called her back. And she never apologized to you. Because she was still mad at the fact that her child was able to come and tell her what you said. I said fire. Okay, somebody gonna get executed in prison. Okay, so we got prisoner, burning, fire. Okay, here, intensity, chemistry, desire. Desiree could be significant as well. Passion, page, aggression. Okay, now we're just talking about all of that. And this person is Aries, a fire sign. Okay, so but any fire sign, especially Aries, could be significant. But yeah, so I was starting to tell stories or focus on her because before the girl I was talking about earlier, her house got raided. I had gotten a vision about this girl I was just talking about. This friend, the girl I used to call my friend, and I'm like, that's a stretch. That's really a stretch for me to call you my friend. And I remember how much we used to fight as young kids, but I understood, like, we were young kids, and I understand the reason why we were even fighting in the first place. Like, I had to blindly protect my adoptive nieces and nephews, because if I didn't, I would hear from their mothers. I would probably get smacked upside my head by their mothers or something. So I rather, like fight and try to avoid that big ass slap from an adult. So whatever. But you didn't always win. You didn't leave me in the street like Sharika did you. Mm-mm. You didn't get to stomp me out. You didn't get to put a foot on my body. You didn't even get to kick me. And when she would come running out the house, she would kind of like be hitting me and like running type of energy. Like, how do you think you ever beat me up? Who's to say you ever beat me up? But my focus wasn't on that. My focus was on protecting my niece. So if I had to fight both of y'all motherfuckers every fucking time, I was going to do that shit. Bonner could be significant as well. Helen, Patricia, Patty. These same names came out last night. So definitely check out last night reading, okay? We ain't gonna even do them a favor of telling them everything we know. So I'm gonna stop it there. But yeah, I was getting a vision about this girl, and they was actually raiding her house. Like, she had been involved in shit, okay? Wondering why I'm not around. Because I'm fucking upright. I'm picture perfect. We got picture perfect and soulmate. Oh, yeah. Oh, so somebody was always hating. And she would always, like in high school, we went to high school for a little bit together. And she ended up being a teenage pregnancy person. So, the girl was the oldest. That was the main character that got hit in the story. And she had her, But when we were in high school for that little bit of time, like, I would be talking to the guy I was dating at the time. And she was like, it would be like 2 bells. And, everybody kind of, drag their feet to class, like try to be cool, But you're on your way to class. And we had this next class after lunch or something like that. And she would always come, especially when I was around him, come and try to snatch me from him or from around him and shit like that. Let's go to class so we don't be late. And like I'm always late to class and shit like that. Like, I rarely was late. I never had a attendance issue. Okay. And if I wasn't on time, my teachers knew why. Okay. But yeah, so somebody coveting your energy. Always coveting. Okay. Hey to love, oh hey to love. Fire sign energy, Leo especially. Yeah, they hate that soulmate, but your soulmate is coming. What to say? Soul connection, union, meeting the one. You're the one. Yeah, you're the one. Okay. Looking at the money, don't never lie now. I'm the one. Yeah, I'm the one. Justin Bieber or DJ Khaled. I'm the one. There's some other people in there. I can't remember. And then it says picture perfect, okay? And even online, like people are coveting your energy, seeing what you post, how y'all look good together, y'all photogenic, you, your family, or you and your partner only, and stuff like that. You and your dog, whatever, okay? This connection is or your cat. We were speaking about cats today. You and your pet. Somebody got a turtle, a big tortoise. Flawless appearances, superficiality, and image, okay? And even then, it's like God was showing me this vision of her, like turning around in circles while the police knocking at the door and stuff like that. She had a lot of shit out, so she could be in drugs now. I don't know. I don't know. She could be into drugs, selling drugs. I don't know. But they gave me this vision before this raid happened. So even when I saw like they were blocking off the things, I knew it was somebody connected to me when that raid was happening down the street from my house. And I wouldn't be surprised, since we are from the same hood, that was the raid I was seeing. She was down there the whole time, down the street, hiring other people, not ever showing her face because she not over something she did to me. I ain't do nothing. I don't even think about it no more. This is the most I've ever paid attention to this situation. Like, people ask me about, have asked me about it in the past. I don't go into that much detail about it because I think it's very petty. But I know it stemmed from a long time ago. Have this false, superficial view of herself, others, claiming that, people aren't who they are, but got entangled up with so much that you had to use my connection to someone who's not blood to me. And then you have to use them consistently after, hoping that I stay away from this person that I connected to. I'm not going to fight you over them. I'm not going to even be mad that you're asking for their help. But it makes you look pitiful. It says more about you than me. And it's sad. It's very, very sad. You don't see it. Or you feel justified in whatever fucking choice you're making, okay? But there will be a time, like now, you will be the alternative. I may have saved you all those times. I may have saved your kids all those times. But now, your time is now. So if I have to choose you over somebody else, or choose somebody else over you, I don't give a fuck what the fucking other option is. You came back on my table. You came back in situations I'm connected to intimidate me, to throw dirt on my name, make people, like, she could have been, she could have lied to you, like I said earlier, but she could have been a person who listening to what other people say, but she know me way more than she know you, but she also know my heart. I know she know my heart too. She's done a lot of bad things to me, but she knows my heart. And she be more mad. Sometimes she be more mad at what other people did to me as well. And want to know what she said about you? You should have never bought that girl a phone. I don't be in regretful energy. Because it ain't even about the phone at this point in time. It's like, why do you think it's okay to treat somebody who hasn't treated you like this? What, you holding on to a grudge? Holding on to a fighting match? Like you did Sharika? Fords are significant, any derivative, especially as last name. Alfred could be significant as well, or Fred, Alvin, or just the last name Ford, but the last name. Opposites attract type of shit. But anyway, incompatible, clashing, contradictory, at odds, okay? Yeah, see, you're back on my table. So I don't even give a fuck I don't give a fuck if the other option is fucking worse. Nah, nigga, you the source. You now the source. Wherever the source is, whatever the source means at that time, you that. So if God is giving me that choice, if God is introducing that choice, have at it. Have at that little bitch. Ungrateful niggas I don't like. Blah. A fuck nigga, that's that shit I don't like. Bang, bang. A snitch nigga, that's that shit I don't like. Bang, bang. A bitch nigga, that's that shit I don't like. A sneak disser, that's that shit I don't like. She ain't never wore her hair in her natural state ever in her life. Ever, ever, ever in your fucking life. I'll never trust a woman, never in my life. Because I have bitches like this in my energy. I ain't even fucking paying attention to, don't wish to pay attention to. The fuck? I protected her heart at one point in time. When a friend was doing her dirty, I nipped that shit in the bud too. Want to be real, but I should have just let your ass do it. You big and bad, right? You can beat up everybody. You win every fight, right? Except for the one we know about. And this friend that I just brought into the picture, she's actually this girl's cousin that's dogged her out in the street, that is no longer here anymore. So whatever y'all needed to hear, I hope you heard it. fraud niggas, y'all niggas. That's that shit I don't like. Yo shit, make believe. I'm rapping by my own life. Woo! That's real, nigga. Woo! You niggas dead, nigga. Woo! The power's in my hand, nigga. Well, get them bitches the chair, nigga. Whoever was involved in that shit should keep coming back to me. Couldn't take a fucking ass whooping. It happened to you as a child, bitch. Because that's disqualifying your motherfucking ass, huh? Make you look like the fucking roach you are. Stumped your ass out like one. It looks like a whole bunch of like jumps and shit. She was kicking your ass. I remember that shit. Then they talked about it for a good minute too. People was gossiping about that shit. Didn't let you forget about it or nothing. And you sitting here fucking trying to tease me about somebody who attacked me for no motherfucking apparent reason. And they had a disability. What's your excuse? Ungrateful niggas I don't like. Blah. Bitch, you got me fucked up. Who the fuck you talking to? Oh, bitch, you choked up. You lucky I don't want to fight you. I'ma let God get you. I ain't breaking no nails, boo. Ever heard of Jesus? Yeah, that's a cool dude. He ain't always like that. Yeah, you better back or get smacked or slapped or slammed down flat or all the way fucked up. Sometimes I feel the same. Yeah, you know my name. Don't get boxed up and end up looking like a frame. All over some punk ass fame. Yeah, never be the same. Yeah, Jesus don't play about me. You know he told me he'll never leave. So believe it or not. You don't want to get shot. When you fuck with me and get a little shady, you might as well have fuck with a baby. All the way fucked up. All the way fucked up. Ooh, all the way fucked up. Fucked up. Fucked up. I got a new person to think about with that song. That's my song, all the way fucked up, nigga. Don't get boxed up, bitch. Bitch. Fucking ass bitch. I also have another friend on the other side that when he passed on, nobody told me. I had to hear about it later. I keep talking about these type of deaths. And he was actually a son of a mother who was on the street. But his sister was taking care of him. He lived with his sister. But his mom was active in his life. I knew him. I knew her. I knew her. Anyway. Yeah, somebody really named could be Alice. His mother's name was Alice. Because I think I heard about her passing on like years down the line too. But, or if I didn't, she probably still alive and it's coming through. Look at that. But yeah, so yeah, and he was more when we would play with him, people would tease him about wanting to be around girls and shit, wanting to do girl things. He knew how to jump double dutch really well. He knew how to turn the double dutch, okay? And they was always teasing him about that type of stuff, and I was a close friend of his. He chose me when his mom, when he had like celebrations or wanted to go places, he chose, and he could take a friend, he'll choose me and stuff like that. And I didn't hear about him when he passed on. So it wasn't like they didn't know we were connected. People knew. But they'll do stupid shit like that. But I'm going to let y'all put it together. I'm going to do you a favor and I'll tell you everything you know. Everything I know. You're just trying to confirm and to see what lie you about to create to back that up, huh? It's all right. But you know what's coming? Execution for a lot of people. Prison, jail, but not mainly jail. Prison for motherfuckers, because these are federal offenses and shit. So the federal level, whatever y'all did, whatever part y'all playing, y'all got conspiracy and shit. Conspiracy charges. Y'all facing conspiracy charges. Y'all was behind it. See? And I was talking about that earlier. You know, that source, it's better to get rid of that source, because that source keeps creating problems. They'll just hire new people who know nothing about any connections, prior connections. Sex lives, they've been doing things through sex magic, try to get you confused and stuff. And then we got flirtation in reverse, okay? Like a movie, okay? A movie is very similar to this as well, or things are going to end up like it did on a movie, okay? Especially when it came to someone actually getting justice for this murder, okay? I did a reading a few months back. It's recent, but not too recent. It said that they never knew this gift existed to catch them in this murder. And I was thinking about my daddy, most of all, when it came to this, that video. I may have to rewatch it. So definitely check that out. If y'all collecting evidence, be my guest. Oh, so that explains why I got no likes today. You couldn't see that far into the future, okay? And I'm going to do you a favor and post it. Make it available to the public. All right? Because I have nothing to hide. I never had nothing to bury, okay? Any actions I took, I've answered to them. I paid consequences at that time if there were any. My conscience is clean. That's why people are grasping for straws so much. Y'all fucking touch my son. So y'all see how far these conspiracy things could go? Motherfucker, this happened. If y'all want to know, this happened in 2018. I fell out with this person. I haven't spoken to this person in 2018, since 2018. And guess what she called this person and asked? Was I around still? At the beginning of 2019. Put it together, y'all. I'm tired of telling people what I know. I'm really tired, okay? But if y'all ever want me to, be whatever, be a witness, I am open, all right? I am open. I may not be available at the time, but I am open to setting up that time to be available for you all. And this ain't no vendetta. Like I said, I haven't thought about this. Like, I don't even think I've ever spoken about some similar relating to this person on my channel. Like, I'm the only one ever wore my hair natural in my life. Her mom used to put perms on her hair when she was younger. I remember all that shit. People would be trying to shit on me because of how well their mothers took care of them, did their hair all the time and stuff like that. But I'm in foster care and people want me to look bad. How big do you really think you are then? If you gotta really focus on me. I was at a disadvantage in every aspect in this home. And I had so many people who, when they got the chance, choose me. Pick on me. Because I look like the weak one. I look like the one with the lack of resources, right? I look like the punk. And growing up, I was always skinny. I look like you could just fucking pluck my ass and I'll fall or something. Always skinny. I thought I could never gain weight. So when I actually start gaining weight, I welcomed that shit, okay? I yearned for weight because I thought something was wrong with my ass. But I knew why I couldn't gain weight because I never ate. I never really ate like that consistently. And I had a fast appetite and I was always active. I loved to run. I loved to dance, especially. I think I danced every day. or majority of my childhood, I danced. I may not have been the best at it, but I did it a lot. So that kept me active. When track and field used to come in at school, or like you do that unit for track and field, I like that. But when I try to go out for track and field myself, that fucking shit, I couldn't work through that pain, okay? That pain was crazy, all right? But also, I preferred to work because I had to work. I always had to work and save up money, to get what I needed. Even though this woman was getting money for me every month, I always had to work to get money. And I always did it legitimately. I never had to resort to any illegal activity, from what I understand. That is actually hurting the community, that you could get really butt hurt over as a criminal. To make money. I never had to do that. Thankfully, I don't. And I don't plan to. And I pray to God that God don't make me have to do anything like that in that arena. Because I do look down on that arena when it comes to that. Because look what type of people they produce. Look how comfortable these people in this arena feel with hurting people. And continue to hurt people. Is that where the demons reside? Now I understand why my baby when we were in the shelter, and I would be by the window and stuff like that, and he would be pointing randomly and saying zombies are around outside, and he would say it around certain people I was around, and now I understand why he was talking about zombies. See? Have y'all children ever made you make a discovery like that? But they can speak paragraph sentences, right? That goes for something, huh? Makes them better than my child. And even me saying that, it don't make me, I'm not even trying to compare them to my child. But y'all do. I be looking at that as at least that's a contribution he makes to the world. He sees shit that people don't see. And I was like, it may be them energy of zombies. It's like, nah, these zombies are the ones that be hanging outside. But anyway, I hope this message blessed y'all and y'all enjoyed it. Anything y'all want in this reading to come true, whether it's good or not, okay, I hope it comes true for you and for you soon. Thank you, God and God's team, for your messages today. I hope I did you all justice. Please come back and visit me in the future. I love you all. Kiss your kids for me and kiss you through the phone, baby. I love you so much. I love you. Yeah, my baby tunes into my reading spiritually, whether it's right now or later. He always watches my videos when I'm asleep, and if he missed one, and he will remind me when he wakes up of something in my video that was only in my video, to let me know that he actually watched this video. So you can think I'm crazy all you want, okay? That still don't stop the fact of what God thinks about me. Though I am good enough and he is loving of me, he favors me, okay? While you whispered, conspired, you told your lies, God favored me, my character, my integrity, my faith in God. He favors me, will not fall, will not bend, won't compromise. God favors me. I speak life and prosperity, and I speak health. God favored me. Yeah, and this person, she started playing music, gospel music, posting shit with gospel music connected to it. Never done that a day of her life. When she started connecting with me again, got her hair in natural styles, but showing people type of person. She goes to the chiropractor appointment, and she comes out and tells me somebody said to her, you're so clean, you're so articulate, where are you from? And she said, I told her I'm from California. But why did she even tell me that? But because I'm a person who embraces anybody that's supposed to care about me, supposed to say they care about me and all that. I'm a cheerleader. Okay? I'm a cheerleader. Yeah. I got Sage the Gemini, okay? That song, Cheerleader. Or do you sing a song? You bad and you know it, don't you? Bad and you know it, don't you? Something like that. Sage the Gemini, that artist could be significant, or a Gemini man could be significant. But yeah, why even tell me that? Why are you so happy about that compliment? And I ain't asked you about it, and they just gave it to your ass. You didn't even let that shit marinate. Okay? Why do I need to know about it? But because I am aware, or I become aware, that when people say those type of things in your presence or able to address you with those type of things, because you have that same thing within you. So she could have been even telling me to make me jealous, but God was telling me to empower me. God favors me. I know it. But thank y'all so much again for watching. And sometimes I get caught up because I believe God uses me as a testimony, or uses me to aid in someone's testimony. Okay, somebody about to testify. You accuse me of, and testify. Y'all can be saying 333. I believe it means the divine Trinity is with me. Okay, a lot of Holy Family energy came out today. I'm not surprised. Mother Mary, Father Joseph, and Yeshua. I was about to say Jesus. Okay, Yeshua. He loves to be called Yeshua. Okay, and I break that down to Yeshua. Okay, Yeshua. Okay. Yes, you are, okay? Whatever you say you are, okay? Empowering me. Somebody's child is empowering them. And don't worry about me, okay? I got this, all right? Boss baby. But yeah, anything y'all want in this reading to come true, or all throughout this message to come true, I hope it comes true for you and for you soon. Kiss your kids for me. Come back and visit me in the future. Like the video if you haven't already, okay? Because at this moment in time, I went 3 hours, okay, and some change. And it say 33222, okay? As I'm saying this, without a like, okay? So it will mean a lot to me, and I really hope that a blessing that you didn't think God was come through on so soon comes so true for you very soon, just for liking my video, okay? Because people really set out to sabotage me, hurt me. So please don't become the part of the problem. It's just a like. I'm not asking you to pay no money, all right? Although you can, but you don't have to. I do have Super Chat available, and I also have my Cash App information available below. Thank y'all so much for the people who have donated Super Chat or Cash App or any other avenues you have. I appreciate it. I can't say it enough, okay? And that same prayer goes to you if God didn't already do it for you, all right? I love you guys. Be safe. I love you, baby. Kiss me through the phone. I'll see you later on. Hear the phone like that. Bye, you guys. Oh, sorry. Last but not least, thank you, God and God. Did I do it? I feel like I did it already, because sometimes they make me go and then, or they don't make me thank them until they're actually really finished. Okay, so either way go. Thank you, God and God's team, for your messages today. God and Goddesses in the heavenly realm. Thank y'all so much for y'all messages today. I hope I did y'all justice. Okay, so much y'all want me to go, huh? But I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm just gonna go. And leave it quits right here. But I do believe in God using me as a testimony. But I normally don't like to talk about stuff like this, or just talk about myself in general when it comes to certain things. I've been told I take over the conversation, all that type of stuff. So, hopefully you don't think so. Probably I do. That's probably I don't got no like, okay? I don't care what your belief is today. I need this like right now. I need it. I'm coming to you, Lord. I'm just kidding. No, but if you feel compelled to do it, please do. All right. But I must have stepped on some buttons. So see, it does. See, it empowers me. It empowers me. Okay. You don't have to like. You don't have to like. Okay. Keep the 0 there. Okay. This is how I know I pissed the fuck off somebody on this one. Okay. I'm gonna be able to identify this reading very easily if I go looking for it ever again. Okay. Besides now or any time around this time. All right. And shout out to the 829 or 8 people. I think it's 29 now, right? But if it's more, welcome. Thank you so much for trusting me to be your reader. I hope that we continue to connect in the future on a consistent basis. Again, I do make an effort to post a video or a message every single day. Just I don't have a specific time at this moment. Okay. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that or be able to take a part of that. Check out any of my videos from the past, especially the ones I mentioned in this video. It's very relevant. Or even if you haven't, even if you have already seen those videos, and that's probably the reason why you subscribe. Check back to that video if it resonated again for some reason. You may have a new message. No, you will have a new message there. All right. And thank you, existing God and goddesses already. I appreciate your continued support. If you're able to hear this, if you've been here more than once, even more than twice or 3 times, I appreciate that consistency. All right, God and goddess, I love you guys. I love you all, though, who are on my team, whether you just met me or you will be meeting me soon. All right. Thank you so much, and have a great day or night whenever you're watching this. Kiss your kids for me. Kiss mine again. Bye. Bye.